with Tim Dancy and Gary Dornhofer. You know, one of the biggest trades...
We have temporarily lost audio from the network. Please stand by.
Challenge to you and the team in this city of champions. They would like to include you too.
Well, we're shooting for it, and of course, you know, there's a little luck involved as well as hard work. But with the Pirates and the Steelers winning, I think this has kind of inspired our players, and I can see a tremendous difference out there in the ice.
Johnny, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
John Wilson, the coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. In a moment, the national anthem and opening face-off as we return to Pittsburgh.
Hi, my name is Wayne McKay from Golden Mile Lanes. This is little sister Tammy and little brother Joseph. I would like to remind all of you about Bowl for Millions being held in Essex County the week of February 9th. Call Big Brothers, Big Sisters, or your local bowling house and get a pledge form. Then bowl with your league or join us on Celebrity Day, February 16th at Crescent Lanes. I know I can count on you to help because helping others is right up Windsor's alley. Right, kids?
Right. Come to command performance for the looks that get the looks, for the styles that get the smiles, the cuts, the curls, the guys, the girls. Command performance, command performance.
Command Performance in Pickwick Place, across from the Tecumseh Mall, Windsor.
Sports this Saturday on CBC starts with Sports Weekend at 3 Eastern Time as Ernie Afaganis is your host for a look at the Canadian superstars in action. There will also be professional skiing from Vernon, BC, World Cup skiing from Switzerland, and much more. Then Saturday night, it's Hockey Night in Canada as the Toronto Maple Leafs meet the Montreal Canadiens in the Forum on the full CBC network, where you'll see the Olympics of 1980.
Live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, we bring you the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins. But in this city, this week, football fever has gripped everybody. But we push football aside for a couple of hours tonight to bring you the NHL hockey attraction Pittsburgh and Toronto. And I was surprised to hear Johnny Wilson predict a close checking, possibly a low-scoring game, and also a goaltenders battle tonight after these teams split 14 goals between them 10 days ago in Toronto and took 90 shots during the action. Time now for the national anthem.
we're going to have a look at our officials for tonight's game. The referee is Ron Harris, there he is, and linesmen are Ron Finn and Ray Scapanella. In the net for the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight is Paul Harrison. And for Pittsburgh, down at the other end of the rink, it's number 29, Greg Millen. So they're the two goalkeepers, Paul Harrison and Greg Millen. Starting Kim Davis at center ice, Nick Libet, George Ferguson on the wings, Ron Stackhouse, number 3, along with Russ Anderson, number 7. Are your two defensemen as play is at center ice, and we're underway. Shot into the Leaf zone. It goes into Harrison and knocked into the corner. Turnbull up there on the defensive board is Salming. Dan Maloney, Walt McKechnie, and Pat Hickey playing for the Leafs. Puck cleared into Leaf territory. It's going over the red line. That could be icing, and it is. And it'll come all the way back into the Pittsburgh zone.
The Leafs left Ronnie Ellis home tonight, along with Darryl Maggs and Terry Martin. Carl Brewer is not playing for the Leafs tonight. For Pittsburgh, Dale Tallon, Kim Claxon, and Oris Kindrachek out of the Penguin lineup.
Well, the Leafs have made a change already. They've sent Sittler out there on the forward line along with Williams and Wolf Pamo as we get set to face off in the circle, Pittsburgh territory. The puck is loose in there. Number 24, Pat Hughes, getting it to number 12, Greg Malone, up down the right side, and a shot by Lon Furry is wide of the net. The rebound coming to the blue line and into the corner, and the Leafs try to get it out. Pamo gets it out to center. And we have a fight going on right away. And it's Pamo in a mix-up along the boards.
That's Russ Anderson with him, a big, strong defenseman. A former college player out of Minnesota, number 7, Anderson, and Wolf Pamo really struggling with each other. And now they have right arms loose and pounding each other in the side of the head. Pamo has the helmet on.
Well, that didn't take long, Brian.
First minute of play here in Pittsburgh. A battle between Wolf Pamo and Russ Anderson.
There goes Anderson into the penalty box, number 7. He'll be followed by 99, Wolf Pamo, who's rubbing his knuckles. From the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, this is Bill Hewitt with Brian McFarland.
Have you ever seen a 300-year-old 14-foot saguaro cactus? Come to Calasante's Tropical Paradise, all under 2.5 acres of glass bloom. Calasante's is not only a retail plant outlet, but a place to see things and do things. Rare exotic birds, cuddly animals to pet, a refreshment area to relax in. All this and southwestern Ontario's largest variety of indoor cactus and tropical plants. Open 7 days a week, only 28 miles from downtown Windsor. Take Highway 3 out of Windsor.
Well, let's see if we can find out how that started. There's Anderson, number 7, shoveling the puck into the corner. Now, Pamon's directly in front of him, and for some reason, Anderson steps right into Pamon with a check, and they went at it with their fists.
The puck is down into Leaf territory as play just starts again, and now it's Jerry Butler coming up the center. Tried to get it over the line, and it's stopped there by Greg Malone. Gets it out to center ice, knocked back in again offside.
Pamon in the box, and next to him is Russ Anderson, who's known as the man who married a former Miss America, Dorothy Benham, 1977.
Well, the Penguins have made another change now. Out on the forward line, Ross Lonsbury, number 18, number 19 at center, Greg Shepard. Leafs have Boschman, Saganuk, and on the face-off, the puck, Anderson trying to get it back. Now it's Boschman clearing it over the line. Laurie Boschman goes after it, shot it in front, it's deflected into the corner. Picked off by Saganuk, trying to center it. He's too well covered. And back for number 19, Greg Shepard, up at center ice. No score, first period. Puck goes into the corner. Picked out by Saganuk. A pass deflected over to Boschman. Boschman left it in his own zone. Finally knocked out by Anderson. And Pittsburgh recover. They're in their own territory. Cleared by Tom Bladen over. Now Bladen's got it back. Bladen takes a long shot wide. The rebound out in front. Borja Salming shoots it up to the blue line. The Leafs break out a long pass over the left side to John Anderson. Here's the drive. And that one bounced off the outside of the net. Bladen tried to get it loose. Shepard can't get to it. Leafs keep the puck in. That was Pat Ribble, number 3 for the Leafs. And now right in front of his own net went Tom Bladen. Over on the right side. Back for Pittsburgh at center. Over the line. That shot by Rick Keogh was deflected wide, and it's Borja Salming. Watched by Lonsbury. Puck comes out to the blue line. Laurie Boschman just failed to hit John Anderson as it's recovered by number 8, Bob Stewart. Pittsburgh in their own zone. Bladen and Stewart. Long pass up for Keogh. He's knocked into the boards by Ribble, and he's a big one. Dan Maloney goes to Borja Salming. Batted with a glove by Pat Ribble, and of course that's where play will end.
Number 17 is Rick Keogh, a former Leaf. He missed 21 games last year, but he still came through with 27 goals for Pittsburgh. He also had the best plus-minus mark on the team among the forwards, and this is his 6 years we mentioned. He used to play with the Toronto Maple Leafs, traded for Blaine Stoughton, and Pittsburgh's first-round draft choice back in 1974.
Kim Davis back at center ice now for Pittsburgh as a little repair work to the ice surface. Libet on one wing. Ferguson on the right side. That's Randy Carlisle, number 25, playing with Stackhouse. Puck right in front. There's a shot, and that was deflected away from in front of the net. A little more bumping along the boards. Hickey mixing it up in there with Tim Davis. And they finally get a faceoff.
Here comes a light beer that's really got heart. Molson Light. Had one yet?
They were set for the faceoff. They just were ready to drop the puck. That's Tim Davis. Goes over to Greg Hotham. Hotham stops. Hotham made a nice move. Gets it ahead to McKechnie. McKechnie takes a long shot off the board. Stopped by Millen, who knocked it into the corner. Then McKechnie got it loose. Hickey to Maloney, a shot. And that was stopped by Millen. Back comes Pittsburgh. 3 of them over the line. Davis trying to make a play of it, and it's poked out to McKechnie. McKechnie and Maloney, one man back. They're going over the line. Go right in, and it's just good save by Millen off McKechnie. Stackhouse trying to get it over to Libet. He elects to bring it out himself with a long shot. Harrison had no trouble with that. And Hotham goes to the left side, and that one slides all the way to center ice. We have no score in this first period. 16:03 remaining. Trying to go over the line with Rod Shutt. Pittsburgh keep the puck in. There's a shot, and that's wide. Cleared around by Bob Stewart into the corner. They're trying to get it out in front. Rod Shutt, number 23, and he props his man against the boards. Also digging at it is Greg Malone. Gets it loose. Back of the net. Tries to center it. The Leafs recover, and the puck is shot out and down the ice. Going back to get it is Mario Faubert. He touched it. Here's Sittler back to Williams, and he shot it wide. The rebound going all the way down the ice. Back to Borja Salming. The Leafs now trying to get through center ice. Lose the puck. Right over the line. Here's a drive. That's wide off the stick of Rod Shutt. Faubert's shot was blocked by the Leafs, who come back to center ice. Williams with a long shot. Millen deflects it right up into the crowd.
That's Greg Malone skating into your picture. Number 12 has a kid brother on his way up, maybe a pro someday, and he was overshadowed in junior hockey at Oshawa by Paul Gardner, who plays for the Leafs, but He's really blossomed into a top-notch professional now, one of the best young centers in the game, only 23 years old. Had 35 goals, 65 points to lead the Penguins last year.
And Lee Sittler with number 15 being Bob Stevenson on the right side. There's a shot right on. No, stop that. Stevenson tried to get another shot. Comes back to Boria Solving. He lets one go, and that's caught by Millen and hung on to as Randy Carlisle knocked his man down at the side of the net.
Johnny Wilson back of the bench. Had quite a chat with John before the game tonight. Talking about his nephew, Ron Wilson, in the Leaf system at New Brunswick. Had some injury problems down there.
Greg Malone got the draw. Stackhouse clears it up on the right side. Back out to Malone at center. His pass to number 23, Rod Shutt, goes all the way to Harrison. Harrison cleared into the corner. Intercepted by Pittsburgh. And now then the puck goes to center. Carlisle knocked it to the blue line, and it was cleared back by Boria Solomon as he batted it with his glove. Back now for Pittsburgh. Over the line, a shot. That's wide of the net. Boria Solomon back for it in the corner. Gets it up to the blue line. A long pass intended for Williams. Stevenson makes sure of it this time by driving it in. Carlisle goes back to get it. And Carlisle goes to the right side. And here comes Greg Malone. Malone is squeezed out. And Stevenson having all kinds of problems with the linesman as he couldn't get the puck loose. Now that Pittsburgh with Watts Lonsbury at center. He goes to the right side to Peter Lee. Peter Lee trying to get it. He's dumped by Pat Ribble. And the puck ends up underneath. This is NHL Hockey Live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
What made Sears Canada's largest floor covering retailer? Selection. That includes over 500 carpet styles and colors, plus an extensive choice of decorator rugs and cushioned vinyls. This great selection is backed by thousands of rolls to ensure fast installation. Sears customer satisfaction starts right from this cutting room. It includes very competitive pricing and full after-sale guarantees. See this great selection yourself at Sears, Canada's largest floor covering retailer.
Tom Bladen on defense in your picture now. Former Philadelphia Flyer, once had 8 points in a single hockey game. 4 goals and 4 assists. An NHL record.
Tom Bladen on the defense with Bob Stewart. The puck is flipped in. After it there is Greg Shepard. He lost it. The Leafs come back, 3 of them to center ice. Over the line for Saganuk. Saganuk turns. Goes to Burrows. That's high and wide. Going after the puck, number 2, Tom Bladen. They're in a pile. The puck is still loose. And it's picked up by Shepard. Straight down the ice he goes to center. Takes a long shot into the corner. The rebound, Harrison stops. Things go in after it, but the Leafs recover. Rocky Saganuk at his own blue line. Up to center ice. Over the red line. Up over the blue line. Takes the shot. Millen stopped that and then shoots the puck himself down the ice. And it looks like it has enough momentum to get over that red line, and does. Burrow touches it. Icing is called against Pittsburgh.
Watching Greg Shepard play there for Pittsburgh, he's been a bit of a disappointment. I don't think that's any secret since they got him. He had some big years with Boston, 30 goals or so, 3 or 4 years in a row. And then he had a contract problem here last year, was injured for a while, and they expect big things from him in the second half. But he's been a disappointment in the first half of the year. There he is. No, that's Davis. That's the rookie, Kim Davis.
12:57 remaining in the first period. No score. Puck comes back to Boria Selming. Selming takes the screenshot, deflected right to Millen, and he hangs on.
It was quite a gamble Pittsburgh took giving up Dennis Herron, but had a lot of confidence in this young fella, Greg Millen from Toronto.
All set for the face-off, and it goes to number 7, Wes Anderson. Shoots it out on the right side. Trying to bring it out is George Ferguson at his own blue line. He was checked by Walt McKechnie, and as he tried to break away, Ferguson grabbed his stick. You're watching the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins.
You'd expect a fuel-injected 6-cylinder engine and 4-wheel power disc brakes on a Porsche. You'd expect a mirror-like finish on a Jaguar. You'd expect a sumptuous interior in a Maserati. You'd expect a 5-speed transmission and air conditioning in a Ferrari. What you might not expect is that all of this and more are yours for less in the amazing new Celica Supra by Toyota. We'll bet you can't find a better buy. 5-speed transmission and air conditioning in a Ferrari. What you might not expect is that all of this and more are yours for less in the amazing new Celica Supra by Toyota. We'll bet you can't find a better buy.
George Ferguson, the former Leaf, got called for holding here. Watch him go around McKechnie, and then he held the hockey stick. McKechnie couldn't get to the puck, so Ferguson goes off at 7:23.
First penalty. It gives the team a man advantage in this first period, and the Leafs have it with no score. And 12:29 and counting remaining in the first period. Intercepted by Anderson, then Lonsbury, and then Sittler took it away from him. Over on the left side, Williams, but Boria Selming was offside inside the Pittsburgh line.
Darryl Sittler, a big night against Vancouver. The same could be said of Will Pema, his new line mate. 12:19 on the clock, no score here in Pittsburgh.
Boria Selming with the puck. There he is at his own blue line. A pass over on the left wing. Walt McKechnie then goes to Sittler. Sittler trying to work it in front. Lonsbury was checked by Williams. Williams goes back to the blue line to Selming. Then gets it into Williams. Williams to Selming. Selming to McKechnie. There's the shot. Millen stopped that, and he holds onto it. And Greg Millen has been very, very steady in this first period for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Looking at the Leaf coach, Floyd Smith, this series, the all-time record between these two clubs, now tied. Both clubs with 26 victories and 11 ties.
No score in the game, 11:55 remaining in the first period. Leafs for the man advantage. There's a shot. Millen got that with his glove. Goes back to Boria Selming over to McKechnie. In it comes to Pemo. Pemo gets it back to the blue line to Selming. Selming goes over to Walt McKechnie. McKechnie then to Selming. Selming takes his shot off the post. And McKechnie into Williams. Williams back to McKechnie. Over it goes to Selming, to Sittler. Sittler takes a look, goes back to Selming. Here's the shot. Right in front. Sittler shoots, scores! Darryl Sittler, number 27.
That came off the skate of Tiger Williams, but Boria Selming did a marvelous job back inside that blue line, controlling the puck. Now watch, to Selming, he moves into the center. He's fighting for a little room there, getting a better angle. I believe that went off the skate, or off the stick of Williams, over to Sittler, right in before Millen could recover. And the Leafs have taken a 1-0 lead here, with George Ferguson serving the holding penalty. Sittler scores to put the Leafs in front 1-0.
And we're back live now as we get set. That's deflected over into the crowd, so the faceoff will be inside the Pittsburgh Penguin blue line. 1-0 for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 11:14.
8:40 the time of the goal by Sittler.
Puck up at center ice. Paul Gardner out there for the first time, playing with Pat Hickey. Puck goes into the corner. Hickey dumps Randy Carlyle, and there's going to be a penalty there. Number 16 gets the gate, so now Pittsburgh will have the man advantage. With the score, Toronto 1 and Pittsburgh 0. Our telecast returns in a moment.
Nadlin contract means satisfaction, whether the job is commercial or residential. Nadlin Floor and Wall Coverings is in step with progress, with expansion now into London and Kitchener. In Windsor, Nadlin has 38 professionals with the knowledge and price to suit everyone. At Nadlin Floor and Wall Covering, quality is inexpensive. Service to the customer is what the Nadlin people are proud of. Visit the modern showroom today for carpeting, vinyl, or ceramics. Nadlin Floor and Wall Covering, 2525 Jefferson Boulevard at the new Jefferson Plaza.
Look at Pat Hickey of the Leafs in the penalty box. Called for tripping here at 8:59. Now let's look at this goal closely. Selming's shot hit the skate first of Pema, then Williams over to Sittler. So Salming, who did a lot of work in there, does not get credited with an assist. Williams and Pema do.
McKechnie won the draw back to Burroughs. Burroughs just elects to shoot it in as the Leafs now are shorthanded. And the Penguins now with a man advantage. Mario Faber getting it handed back to him. He's trying to work it out. He does to Randy Carlyle up at center. Over on the right side. Penguins closing in, and that's deflected by Harrison over the glass into the crowd.
Leafs have lost their last 4 road games, the last away win coming on November 28th in Washington. The Pens have won 5 out of 6 to move into first place. But they've lost 3 out of their last 4. Tough on Wednesday nights.
Puck comes back to Faubert. Faubert fakes a pass, still has it. Hits it into the Malone. Malone tried to get it back to Randy Carlyle. Carlyle to number 12, Greg Malone. Picked off then by Rod Shutt. Shutt back of the net was checked. Bob McKechnie can't get the puck out as Faubert kept it in. Salming will try it again. It's stopped. Greg Malone with it, along with Peter Lee. Malone centered it right out in front. Back to Faubert. He shot it. Harrison made the save. Right in front of the net. That was poked by Harrison. Down went Peter Lee, and he's down sprawled on the ice. Number 10 of Pittsburgh.
Peter Lee, once the most valuable player in the OHA. I don't know what happened there, but he's getting some assistance now. I do know that Paul Harrison came up with a remarkable save with the stick, spearing the puck and sending it out toward the blue line when it looked like a Pittsburgh player was going to have a clear shot on goal.
I think he may have caught a high stick as they were racing for that puck after Harrison had poked it out in front.
Peter Lee had 32 goals for Pittsburgh last year from... He was acquired from the Montreal Canadiens, born in Ellesmere, England. Now going off, nursing a cut as he does so.
Looks like it either on the bridge of the nose or the nose. There's 50 seconds left in Hickey's penalty. 9:51 remaining in the first period.
Here's the replay that might show here how Peter Lee was injured. Watch number 10, the stick of Dave Burroughs caught him there, and down he went.
And it's Randy Carlyle bringing it over the Leaf line. Cleared by Greg Malone in back of the net. Gloria Salming goes after it. Penguins get it loose. A shot right on by Gary McAdam. And they pile up in front of that Leaf net, right at the side of the goal crease.
That's only the 3rd shot on goal by the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Leafs have had 10 shots on Greg Millen. We're looking right over the shoulder of Pat Hickey, getting set to return in 32 seconds. There's Randy Carlyle on defense for Pittsburgh.
All set to go. McKechnie out there with number 17, Jerry Butler. Pucked out in front of the net. Getting set with a backhand. As rolled wide off the stick of number 12, Greg Malone on his backhand. The puck is still in Leaf territory. Carlyle keeps it in, hooking it to the corner. Racing in after it, Gary McAdam. McAdam then to Malone. Malone back of the net. Salming's down. It's right in front of shot. That's knocked down. Carlyle drives it wide. Over to the far wing for McKechnie. He's stopped by Rick Keogh, number 17. Here's a shot by Keogh, and that is covered up by Paul Harrison.
Well, Keogh and Carlyle both had good scoring chances there. Harrison very busy in that lead goal. And now the penalty's up. 8:57 to play. The Leafs leading 1-0. Now the Pens have had 6 shots on goal. Here's the replay now. Harrison looks behind him, and they scrap along the boards. Boy, the checking has been fierce in this first period.
On the face-off, a shot by George Ferguson. There's way to score! Tim Davis, number 22, tipped the puck in, and it's tied up 1-1.
Well, the rookie for Pittsburgh got a bit of an assist, I believe, from Ian Turnbull, who was trying to take him out of the play. There's Kim Davis, number 22. It's tied at 1 here in Pittsburgh. Watch now. The puck comes over. Harrison puts out the left leg. Turnbull was there. And Kim Davis, number 22, ties it up for Pittsburgh here in the first period.
Well, we're back live here at the Civic Arena. Pittsburgh, as the puck goes to number 14, Nick Libet, gets it back to the blue line. Stackhouse pass, and Russ Anderson, number 7, has to go back for it. Also out there is Kim Davis. The puck up and down the ice. Libet goes after it. Shot by the Leafs, back out over the line. Rocky Saginaw couldn't get anywhere. Anderson will try his luck for Pittsburgh. His pass over to Stackhouse. Stackhouse up to Davis. Davis tried to put Libet in the clear, and it's Ian Turnbull for Saginaw. Milling out of the net, shoots it around past Stackhouse, and Davis has it for Pittsburgh. A long shot. Harrison sees the shot go wide, cleared it into the corner. Davis trying to keep it there. They go to the boards. Greg Hotham is also there, but the puck comes loose to Turnbull. Ian Turnbull just finds an opening and shoots it down the ice. That's going over the red line, touched by Ron Stackhouse, and that's icing. Live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
Good times. That's what everybody needs. Good times. Breaking away and feeling free. My friends and I are gonna find good times. And when it's time for a beer, it's time for Canadian. There's a glass of Canadian. To the good times.
Here for good times.
Yeah.
Well, we're back now live here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. Davis scoring from Ferguson, got the assist at 11:09, and we have a 1-1 tie with 7:43 remaining in the first period, and the puck is cleared down the ice. Going back for it is Bob Stewart. Stewart has it for Pittsburgh, back of the net, being watched, shoots it around on the boards, though. Over on the right side for Pat Hughes. Hughes covers Pamo, and now it's the chance for the Penguins coming to center, and a long shot by Lonsbury, and he broke his stick. Leafs gain possession in their own territory. Sittler going to Borja Salming. Salming over on the left side for Williams, who's bumped off the puck. Puck goes loose. Williams is trying to get away, and he was too well covered. Pat Hughes has it now for Pittsburgh. Hughes turns at center. Stands on a shot, left it there for Sittler, and it was recovered. Shot back to the Leaf blue line. Ribble just shoots it back to center ice. Cleared over to Salming. Salming to Ribble. Ribble being watched by Greg Shepard. Checking very, very close now in the center ice area, and they're making other changes. Gary McAdam has come out now on the forward line. Rod Shutt, number 23 as well. Sittler at center ice, too well covered. Pamo at his own blue line. A long pass for Sittler. That goes into the corner, slides to Millen. Millen around on the boards. And the Penguins clear it out. A long pass going over onto the right side. Pittsburgh move in. There's a shot, and that deflects into the corner. Cleared by Burroughs. Hickey gives it to McKechnie. McKechnie coming down the ice, over the line. Trying to go through was Turnbull. Turnbull has it. Took a shot. It was wide. The rebound to center ice. Gary McAdam, number 16, couldn't do anything with it. Cleared down the ice into the corner by Stackhouse. And now then the Leafs recover. And it's Ian Turnbull just getting rid of it to center ice. Anderson over to the right side. Pittsburgh now trying to bring it over the line. In possession of that puck is Gary McAdam. McAdam's pass relayed over here on the left wing to Rod Shutt, but it's offside.
down to 5:27 on the clock. First period, tied at 1. Let's take another look at that goal by the rookie, Tim Davis. Ferguson going in, takes a backhand swipe at it here, and at first the official scorer gave the goal to Ferguson, but Turnbull taking Davis out of the play. It must have hit Davis on the way in. He gets credit.
And the puck is cleared back into Leaf territory, and it's Ian Turnbull with the puck. Shoots it up on the right wing to Hickey. Hickey to McKechnie. McKechnie just shoots it into the corner. The rebound coming to Millen. He shoots it around on the boards, over onto the far side. Intercepted. Here's a chance for Dan Maloney. Scores!
Well,
he stole the puck and made sure as Paymall was right off the edge of the goal crease.
Penguins making a big mistake coming out of their own zone there, and Dan Maloney, the veteran, watching, was able to intercept the puck. And then he had a bit of a screen from a teammate now. Watch, Maloney putting on the chase in the corner. Now, this is where the puck was intercepted. Turnbull was there, Maloney as well, and Pat Hickey was there to kind of upset Millen, number 29, in the Pittsburgh goal. So the Leafs move in front 2-1 now with 5:05 on the clock.
14:55 was the time of the scoring play. Maloney from Turnbull. So we have a 2-1 hockey game now with 4:54 remaining in the first period. Back is Salming. Salming tried to get it over to Anderson. Taken away from him by Randy Carlyle. He flipped it into the corner. Rod Shutt tried to get it out in front. It goes over to Carlyle again. Carlyle controlling it, then lost it to Salming. And Saginaw can't get anywhere, so they try it with Anderson. Anderson goes over the blue line, stops, getting ready for a screen shot. Millen stopped that, the rebound. Knocked behind the net, Randy Carlyle. Carlyle over for Stewart, too far. Finally, Stewart intercepts the pass. Up to Ferguson. Ferguson over the line. And his pass for Libet was too far in front of him. Rocky Saginaw, number 7, goes to center for the Leafs with 4:02 remaining over the blue line. Boschman couldn't help him out. Pat Ribble shoots the puck in. Goes in behind the net. Millen getting it over for Stewart. Back to Carlyle. And Randy Carlyle headmans the puck to center. Ray Shepherd shooting it over the line, but Hotham gets it out over the blue line as Lonsbury gets it back in, and Salming is chased back of the net. Now it's over on this right side to Greg Hotham. A long pass at center. Played it over on the left wing. Sittler let one fly, and Millen goes down and covers up. With 3 minutes and 22 seconds left to play in the first period, the score Toronto 2, Pittsburgh 1.
The Shirt Gallery Menswear is not only a shirt store. Mike Vanella, owner, professional tailor, and designer, can design and tailor especially for you a suit in any style, any size, at the low starting price of $185. Yes, your suit custom manufactured from $185. The Shirt Gallery, the only store to custom manufacture your clothing right here in Windsor. The Shirt Gallery Menswear, 2507 Dougal Road, Darwin Plaza, Windsor. Call 966-5410.
We're back live here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, where we're ready to face off with 3:22 remaining. First period, Toronto Maple Leafs 2, Pittsburgh Penguins 1. Comes back to Greg Hotham, number 4. He's stopped by Lonsbury. The puck goes out, but Sittler recovers. Over to Burrows. Burrows pass for Williams too far. Ron Stackhouse recovers. Gets it over on the side to Russ Anderson. Gets it up. Lonsbury for Shepherd. Shepherd getting all kinds of problems in his skates. And it's Paymont driving it off the glass down the ice. That's going over the red line. Stackhouse goes back to touch it, and that's icing.
Well, both teams, Bill, doing a good job, rather, forechecking here tonight. The Leafs, a moment or two ago, had it pay off in a goal as Turnbull was able to keep the puck in. The Pens trying to go the other way, and there's Maloney getting set for his shot. You could see that Millen was bothered by Pat Hickey right in front of him as Maloney's drive hit the corner of the net.
All set for the face-off. A little bit of tape removed. McKechnie with Maloney. Also Pat Hickey. Puck is dropped, comes back to the blue line. Kept in by Stewart. Harrison then leaving it for Ian Turnbull. Turnbull tried to get it over to Maloney. Did. Maloney fans on it. McKechnie, though, recovers. A long pass up at center ice. Hickey can't get anywhere. And Pittsburgh get control of that puck. Over the line for Rod Shutt. And Randy Carlisle. Play is called.
Carlisle a little slow getting up to that blue line. Shutt fed the pass across. There was a very crisp pass, but Carlisle got there a split second too late. Keep it onside.
That's Greg Malone at center for Pittsburgh as the puck is back of the Leaf net. Turnbull to McKechnie. A long pass up for Pat Hickey. That goes into the Leaf bench.
2:14 to play. Let's go downstairs quickly to Dave Hodge.
In the first intermission, I'll be talking to Will Fama of the Leafs. We'll have a film feature on ex-Leaf Randy Carlisle of the Pittsburgh Penguins and something about the future of the Penguins that we'll tell you more about.
Stewart goes to Carlisle. Carlisle's pass along the right side. Puck in Leaf territory. Number 10, Peter Lee, couldn't control it. It goes all the way back out again. There's Ian Turnbull fighting for the puck. He's knocked down. The puck goes loose, though. Gets it, centered it right in front. And it goes to Malone. Malone to Lee. Long pass down this left side for number 23, Rod Shutt. Salming went heavily into the boards. Play is called. We're going to take the puck all the way down the ice for icing with 1:44 remaining in the first period.
Well, you can see the race for that puck there. Rod Shutt and Borja Salming getting there at just about the same time.
Kim Davis facing off against Laurie Boschman. Out there with Anderson and Saginaw. Libet, number 14, along with Russ Anderson, and they had a false start. George Ferguson is going to take the face-off. Laurie Boschman was also out of there. Anderson. Puck is dropped. And it's picked off by Stackhouse. Stackhouse gets it up on the left side. Libet tried to get it out of his own zone. Libet overskates the puck. Anderson missed the play, and it comes down and shot in by Tim Davis. Back of the net. Ferguson couldn't get to it. The Leafs tried to get out. Kept in by the Penguins. Tim Davis and Libet to Davis. Ferguson, and Davis couldn't get the relay. Back up at center ice. For the Leafs, John Anderson over the line with Laurie Boschman. Stopped by Ron Stackhouse. Stackhouse to Ferguson. Ferguson going down with Libet. Tried to go through the defense, and it was broken up and cleared by Burroughs. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Anderson fakes the shot. Tried to get it through to Jerry Butler, and Pittsburgh shoot it down the ice again. Going back is Borja Salming. He touches it with 48 seconds remaining in the first period, and Toronto leading Pittsburgh by a score of 2-1.
Next Tuesday, we're going to follow the Leafs to Atlanta, Georgia. Pick them up against the Atlanta Flames. So watch for that action on this channel. 8 o'clock start, and that'll be seen in the Toronto area only. On that last shift, Floyd Smith had Jerry Butler playing in place of Rocky Saginaw.
Puck comes out in front. There's a whack at it by Williams, and he just missed the open side of the net. Pittsburgh trying to get the puck out. They do to center ice. Stopped, and Gribble shoots it right back in again. Back for it is Stewart. Stewart to Carlisle. Carlisle was partially checked but recovers. Randy Carlisle up for Lonsbury. Out at center ice now for number 19. Greg Shepard. He couldn't get anywhere. Lonsbury goes to Carlisle. Right to Ribble. Manning it's cleared in by Shepard. Back of the net. Borja Salming goes to the boards. He's being watched. Shepard gets the puck loose to Randy Carlisle. There goes the horn. And the first period is over. so the score at the end of the first period is Toronto Maple Leafs 2 and Pittsburgh 1.
Breaking away, everybody breaking away. Breaking away for the good time. Everybody, every way. Breaking away for the good time. Everybody's taking a day. Everybody hear what I say. Everybody's breaking away. Breaking away for the good time. Hey, are you breaking away? When it's time for a beer, that's the time for a Canadian. Raise a glass of Canadian. Molson Canadian. Raise a glass of Canadian. To the good times.
Cheers for good times.
Have you got your card? If you're a Canadian citizen 18 or over, you're eligible to vote on February 18th, and you should have received this card in the mail. If you haven't received your card, you can still get to vote if you check the Elections Canada ad in your newspaper. It will tell you how to make sure you don't lose your right to vote in this election. If you haven't got the card, get the paper.
The Maple Leafs 2 and the Pittsburgh Penguins 1 after one period of play. The Leafs out shooting the Penguins 14-7, and they got on the board first with a power play goal by Darryl Sittler, his 16th of the season. His line mates Williams and Pema assisting at 8:40. The Penguins tied it. Kim Davis deflecting George Ferguson's backhand shot. That came at 11:09, and then Dan Maloney put the Leafs back in front. The assist to Ian Turnbull at the 14:55 mark as the Leafs lead it 2-1 at the end of one period of play. Well, as you know, the Pittsburgh Penguins have worn predominantly blue uniforms since they entered the National Hockey League in 1967, and there is about to be a change. And as you might expect, and as you probably have heard, the Penguins will change to a traditional color code here in Pittsburgh, that being the black and gold of the Steelers and the Pirates. And the Public Relations Director of the Penguins, Terry Schiffauer, is here to tell us, first of all, exactly when that will happen.
Well, that's the $64,000 question right now in Pittsburgh. A lot of people have been coming to the games hearing rumors that every night is going to be the night. We don't have all the uniforms in yet, so we haven't made an official date. We're hoping for a date late in the month, preferably against Boston on the 26th, but as you know, they're black and gold also, and I don't think we're going to get permission for us to wear black and gold when they're going to be coming into town in black and gold.
You don't need suggestions from visitors, but there was the idea that tonight might have been a great time to do it had you been able to and call this a Super Bowl rally. You might have filled this place.
Well, I don't think so. There's a lot of people who've already left for California, but it would have been a nice idea. I know we looked at the schedule, but as I say, the uniforms just aren't in, so we really haven't been able to pinpoint a date, and that's the big question. When are they going to go to black and gold?
I think it's a great idea. Who do we credit with the idea?
Well, I think it might be a case of everybody in the marketing and the organization just realizing that you have to capitalize on the city. The title City of Champions fits so well this year, with the Pirates winning the World Series, the Steelers going for their 4th Super Bowl, and everything in this town is black and gold, hats to toe.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing the new uniforms of the Pittsburgh Penguins later in the season. The score 2-1 for the Leafs over Pittsburgh. Our intermission will continue in just a moment.
Windsor Indoor Tennis, Racquetball, and Fitness Club. Windsor Indoor is tennis with 4 professional tennis courts. Court time available 7 days a week. Windsor Indoor is racquetball with 4 professional racquetball courts. Racquetball is waiting for you at Windsor Indoor. Windsor Indoor is fitness. At Windsor Indoor, there's a complete fitness area with a universal weight system and badminton court. Under complete supervision, this fitness center offers fitness testing for individuals or groups. Windsor Indoor is a complete activity club offering whirlpool bath, sauna, showers, towels, and hair dryers. Also a pro shop, lounge area, and child care facility. With tennis and racquetball, complete instruction and clinics. Leagues and tournaments are also available to suit all levels. Windsor Indoor is a club. The membership allows you access to tennis, racquetball, and fitness at reasonable rates. Windsor Indoor is ideally located on McDougal, south of Jackson Park, with ample parking. Now's the time, and Windsor Indoor is the place. Call Windsor Indoor now at 966-2141.
Snow is falling, fun is calling, smiles are everywhere. The window won't know when the
Paymon's name was noticeable on the score sheet in the first period for a major penalty in the first minute of play, and then an assist in the Leafs' first goal by Darryl Sittler. And that was the case Saturday night when Wilf got a hat trick for the Leafs. Let's talk about the line. I know that you have said in the past that in Colorado you never were quite sure who your line mates would be, and that seemed to be the case the first few games after you came to the Leafs. Would you hope that this unit will remain a constant one?
Oh, definitely. You know, Darryl's such a good center. You know, he's been in the league, what, 10 years now, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, he's one of the 3 top centers in the league, and you know, playing with him really helps me, and you know, we can talk, you know, to each other pretty good, and it's just going to take a little more time before we get to know each other a little better, but we're playing really good the last 2 or 3 games, so hopefully we can keep it up.
Would you say this period might be as solid a period, even though there's no great margin on the scoreboard, that as the Leafs have played in recent games?
Oh, definitely. As far as, you know, since I've been here, I think this is the best period we played all, you know, in the last 6, 7 games I've been playing for the Leafs. We're playing good defensively, we're playing good offensively, and, you know, as you look at the shots on net, they haven't had too many shots. They got them on the power play, and we're playing really good. Hopefully that we can do the same in the next 2 periods.
You must be looking forward to the road trip in terms of getting to know your new teammates better, and I'm sure they would feel the same way. This can be a very important time for this team, would you think?
Oh, definitely. You know, in the last couple of weeks, you know, they had a couple of trades, and you know, there's 4 or 5 new players that really, you know, the guys in Toronto don't really know yet, and this trip's really going to help. You know, we're on the road now for 5 days, and you know, we're always together, so we'll get to know each other a little better, and you know, that's the only thing. You got to play as a family, and if we can do that, we're going to win a lot of hockey games. We're going to surprise a lot of people too.
Do you look ahead to the trip and think of how many games that you would like to win, how many points you'd like to get, apart from the fact you'd like to get 14 points out of 7 games? Is the old story about trying to play 500 hockey applicable here?
Well, you know, like I said, we're playing here tonight. We got to worry about this game. Hopefully we can get 2 points out of this one, and you know, we'll go game by game. There's no sense thinking ahead on Montreal on Saturday. Tomorrow we play the Islanders, but tonight we're playing Pittsburgh, and we got to get the points here. And if we go period by period, game by game, we'll do all right.
Now, there was talk that you might be hampered in this game, or maybe not even play it because of a leg injury. What happened, and how does it feel?
Well, it was, I think on Monday, we were practicing at the Garden, and we were racing around the ice, I guess, and I don't know, I was ahead of Tiger, and he kind of just tripped me for fun, and I fell on the ice. Nothing happened. As I was getting up, Pat Rubel came from behind. He kind of maybe fell on my leg or something. As I was getting up, it kind of sprained my ankle. But they taped it up, and felt really good.
Well, Paymon, thank you very much. Again, congratulations on the hat trick on Saturday night. I know that was a big game for you as a Leaf, and can I ask how the baby daughter's doing?
Oh, she's doing really fine. I called the wife last night, and she's gained about 1 pound already in 2 weeks, and she's doing really good. Hopefully in a couple weeks you'll be able to fly down here, and I can be with them.
Comes from good stock. Thank you, Wilf Paymon of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in a moment, we'll look on film at Randy Carlyle and find out more about the Pittsburgh defenseman as our intermission continues in just a moment.
Here they come, the exciting harness racing for the 80s at Windsor Raceway. Looking for action? Looking for entertainment with a difference? Look out for harness racing action that's Windsor Raceway. Just minutes from downtown Detroit and Windsor. Racing takes place nightly, Tuesday through Sunday. Get involved with the fast-track action in the comfort of our climate-controlled grandstand and clubhouse. Enjoy a great dinner with a friend in the famous Canadian Club. At Windsor Raceway, it's action entertainment for all you can handle. It's the harness racing of the 80s.
Your kind of car, a new Plymouth is.
The sporty car for me is front-wheel drive Plymouth TC3.
Sports car features that you want, new Plymouth is. Proven front-wheel drive, new Plymouth is. Fuel economy to help you go far. It's your kind of car.
Plymouth TC3, you're all right.
You're enjoying Toronto Maple Leaf hockey on your sports station, TV9.
Have you got your card? If you're a Canadian citizen 18 or over, you're eligible to vote on February 18th, and you should have received this card in the mail. If you haven't received your card, you can still get to vote if you check the Elections Canada ad in your newspaper. It will tell you how to make sure you don't lose your right to vote in this election. If you haven't got the card, get the paper.
ex-Leafs in the Pittsburgh Penguins lineup tonight, one being Rick Kehoe, another George Ferguson, who assisted on the Pittsburgh goal, and Randy Carlyle.
Hockey players are consistent hockey players. If you can constantly go out there and do the same thing, game in and game out, then they don't have any pressure. And that's basically what everybody in this league is striving for, to be consistent.
A young man with purpose. 2 years with the Leafs and into his second with the Pittsburgh Penguins. A soft-spoken, intelligent guy who has recently purchased a house just outside of Pittsburgh, and he expects to enjoy the privacy and freedom.
I like my time to myself. I like my music. I like doing what I want to do. If I feel like coming home and laying down and watching television all evening, well, that's what I'm going to do. It'll be a relief. I enjoy my privacy. It's going to keep me at home a lot more. I've got a lot of things to do, a lot of painting. When it's your own, you really want to take special care of it. I hope when the walls doesn't fall down or something like that. Well, look, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm not going to hire anybody to come in and paint my walls and furnish the place. Or I have some help from some people involved in the team here, and I think we're going to make a real nice spot out of it, and I hope it turns out to be exactly what I wanted.
Motivation, a much-discussed subject and one of importance to players, analysts, and fans. How to maintain that drive over an 80-game schedule.
Motivation is basically from inside. You got to be willing to sacrifice a few things to get your mind on the game. I don't like to come to the rink thinking about the game the whole afternoon. I don't believe in hours before or the night before just grinding it out thinking, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do to stop this guy tomorrow night? Because then I get rattled out there. I find that it'll shake me up. I'm not going to worry about this so-and-so person beats me.
A trap for all professional athletes, the temptation to forget the old values, to change the lifestyle.
Hasn't really changed my lifestyle too much. Except one thing, I have a little bit more money right now to do a few things. But I don't think it's changed me too much at all. I hope it hasn't anyways. I hope that people feel the same way about it as I do. I don't think there's any big change in me at all. Accomplishments in life, I guess, is to lead a good, wholesome life. Stay healthy, stay wise. Everybody makes mistakes. That's what it's all about, I think. And the less mistakes you make, the better person you are.
Randy seems to know himself, his strengths, his weaknesses, and where he's going.
Randy Carlyle, I guess, is just trying to be an average person, trying to get by. I'd say I'm more on the happy side. And at times I'm very, let's say, edgy, I guess. Maybe it's the game, maybe it's something I did here, maybe it's something 2 months ago that happened, but nerves and that. But the game doesn't really get to me. I like to leave the game at the arena, at the practice rink, and to play it there and leave it there. A lot of times we carry it over into a bar if we go for lunch or do something like that. We always talk hockey. It's just part of your job, I guess. It's part of your life, so I guess you should talk about it. And if you can improve on it by talking about it, I guess we should talk a lot more.
Wow. Oh, yeah. A bachelor, too. Hey, girls love him. Girls love him.
They come in here all the time?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Would you say he's Pittsburgh's biggest sex symbol?
Pierre LaRouche, second to Pierre.
Not Scott Banana, not Scott Banana.
Only the greats really get a tremendous amount of recognition. If you're a statistic, if you win or you score the most goals in 1 year or something like that, that's the way people seem to remember you, because it's in print and they can read it a lot of times. At the year end, well, this guy holds a certain record, and that's the way a lot of guys are remembered. But I don't know if I'll be breaking too many records here.
A system of values, a philosophy. Nothing's for free.
I don't think that you're going to be anything in life if you don't go out and grab something for yourself, because as everybody knows, things don't come in silver platters anymore. You got to go out there and you got to be responsible enough to handle it, and you got to say, well, here, I want this. Go out and take it. Here's a lot of people will give you opportunities, but they won't hand it to you. And that's the way I look at it with hockey, especially. If you're willing to learn and willing to go out and grab things for yourself, I think you're going to be way farther ahead in this game. That's for sure.
Interesting look at Randy Carlyle, and in a moment we'll have second period action. Bill Hewitt, Brian McFarland coming up with period number 2.
You're driving along the road at night. Stop. This is what you see with properly aligned sealed beam headlights. Do you see the curve you're approaching? Here are the same conditions, but we've put CBA headlamps on the car. You now see better than 1,000 feet, enough distance to stop safely at any legal speed. CBA headlamps install in minutes. Just plug them in, light them up.
Installation takes only minutes. At Santings, we'll aim them for you free. Try them for 1 week. If you're not happy, we'll take them out and give you your money back.
Hi, remember this?
Hey, Norm, what are you doing?
I'm going on delivery.
In a sulky?
With your low prices, we have to save money somehow.
Wasn't that funny? But seriously, we try everything to save you money. With our low overhead, $1 million volume buying power, you'll save on furniture and appliances. Remember, we give good deals because we want your business.
Leafs are coming back on the ice. We're still waiting for Pittsburgh, and on the scoreboard, Edmonton playing at Washington tonight. 1-0 Edmonton, goal by Chipperfield. Here it's 2-1, the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here's Bill.
Okay, Brian, we'll have the Phillips first period summary now. At 8:40, it was Sittler. At 11:09, Davis tying it. At 14:55, Dan Maloney. Shots on goal, Toronto 14, Pittsburgh 7.
Next Tuesday, and this is for Toronto viewers only, we follow the Leafs to Atlanta, Georgia, where the Leafs and the Flames connect. Got a trivia question for our viewers tonight. Bill, Dave Hodge passed this one along coming down to Pittsburgh. Talking about the upcoming games. The Leafs are here tonight. They also play future games in Detroit, or against Detroit and Toronto, and in Atlanta. And the question is, and this is a tough one, name the only player who has played for Toronto, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, and Detroit. We'll give you a little while to mull that one over.
There's Borja Salming getting set to gone back to Harrison, the goalkeeper, to pat him on the pads. That's Kim Davis. Davis lost the draw. Ian Turnbull has it for the Leafs. We're just starting the second period. The puck cleared in. Libet goes and knocks it off the boards. Stewart trying to cover McKechnie. Came out in front of the net. Libet then knocked it off to the side again. Stewart taking his man out. And the Penguins with Libet getting it back to Carlisle. Over it goes to Stewart. Back up to Libet. Now down the ice for Kim Davis. George Ferguson is number 11. They go to the boards. Turnbull and Borja Salming. Puck comes loose. There's going to be a penalty, I believe. Handed out to the Maple Leafs here in the first minute. From the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
Breaking away for the good times. Hey, hey, breaking away for the good times. Then raise a glass of Canadian. Molson Canadian, raise a glass of Canadian to the good times.
Pittsburgh bodies flying all over the place here. Watch Maloney, center of your screen, trip the Pittsburgh player. Down he goes, so Maloney goes off at 39 seconds.
So now the Leafs will be shorthanded. And we have Greg Malone at center. Peter Lee playing over on the left wing. Puck goes in front of the net while McKechnie clears it, but not out. Carlisle kept it in. Carlisle had it up over his stick, a shot, and that one gets wound by the open corner off Peter Lee's stick. It goes down the ice. Greg Millen leaving it there. Along the boards for Rod Shutt. Shutt has it handed back. trying to hem the Penguins in their own zone, but Chet comes up to center ice. Over the line. Drop pass to Peter Lee. Peter Lee was up. There's a backhand right on the net by Greg Malone. Malone watched by McKechnie, and a shot by Jerry Butler down the ice. Going back is Mario Faubert, number 5. Faubert, back of the net. 1:10 left in the penalty. 2-1 Leafs leading in the second period. Straight up for Faubert. Faubert over the blue line. Tries to go through the defense. Goes to the corner. Puck's chopped back of the net. Lee's trying to get it in front. Now it's grabbed off. Back to Carlisle. Carlisle takes his shot and that carries him wide. Rod Schutt with the puck. Schutt trying to come from the side. Poke check by McKechnie. Gets it again. Back to Faubert. Back to Schutt. And he lost it. And it's picked off by Walt McKechnie. McKechnie goes through center. Over the line. Back to Jerry Butler. Butler takes a screen shot and it's wide. And the rebound. Rick Keel getting it up to center ice. Down for Malone. Over the line. Malone centered it right onto Jerry Butler's stick, and that goes down the ice, and there's 16 seconds left in the penalty. Ian Turnbow for Pat Ribble. He shoots it in. Back for it is Tom Bladen. Number 2 of Pittsburgh. Bladen over to the left side. Then shot by him as Stackhouse didn't see it coming. Now then Stackhouse gets it out to center ice. Shepard is chased back. The puck goes to Bladen again. And Pittsburgh Penguins having their troubles in their own territory as the penalty is expired. Pat Ribble. Then a quick pass to Sittler. Going in, drops it back to Stevenson. He took a weak shot as Sittler was standing off to the side. Cleared out by Rick Keogh. Down the left side for Lonsbury. Lonsbury takes his shot. Harrison covered the short side. Lonsbury to Keogh. Keogh trying to get around with a backhand. There's a shot. The puck is loose in front. And the Leafs come up with it. Coming down the ice. Over the line. Sittler right over on the right side. Oh, and Paymore went high and over top of the net. Williams grabs Greg Shepard, and that's a penalty to Dave Williams. You're watching Wednesday Night Hockey Live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
In this town, each winter, Canadians shovel out from under 100 inches of snow. For some, it's easy with a Craftsman snow thrower from Sears. Throws the snow in any direction with a high-powered intake to clear you out in a hurry. So check the values now on Sears Craftsman snow throwers. You're going to be glad you did.
See the Craftsman snow thrower at Sears, Devonshire Mall.
Rather blatantly here, Williams holds and clings to Greg Shepard, pulling him down. So the Leafs did a good job of killing one penalty, but they're in the same position all over again now. First Maloney, now Williams in the box. McKechnie and Butler did a good penalty-killing stint there moments ago. Let's see what happens now.
2 penalties in a row for the Leafs, who are leading by a score of 2-1 in the second period. 16:25 remaining. And it's Kim Davis with George Ferguson, Nick Libet, Mario Faubert, number 5, who has the puck, and Randy Carlisle. There's Ferguson to center ice. A long shot wide of the net into the corner. Chopped at by Stallman. Came out in front. McKechnie gets it out over the line. Randy Carlisle recovers. Goes over on this right wing to Ferguson. Ferguson closing in with Libet. A pass right across the goal mouth. Goes back to Carlisle. Over to Faubert. His shot is wide. The puck bounces loose. Carlisle's got it again. Goes into the corner, back of the net. Comes back to him. McKechnie trying to get it away from him. McKechnie gets the puck, shoots it, but not out. Comes to the blue line, back over to Faubert. Here he comes with his drive. That's stopped. And finally, McKechnie finds an opening and shoots it down the ice with 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the penalty to Williams. Randy Carlisle trying to get the puck into Leaf territory, and there's a broken stick on the ice. It's over the line for Peter Lee. A pass comes back to Faubert. Faubert getting ready, goes back to Randy Carlisle. Carlisle's screen shot hit Butler, and it goes to the corner. Borja Salming driving it around on the boards, and it gets off the Faubert's stick out to center ice. Faubert comes back again over the line. Malone takes the shot, and he fired it wide. And it's shot down the ice by the Maple Leafs. Millen. A back pass into the corner for Greg Malone. The Leafs recover, then lose it again. It's kicked out to Peter Lee. Lee comes over to the right side of Stackhouse. Stackhouse centered it, but was behind his teammate, but they intercept again, and a drive by Peter Lee goes over the glass.
A lot of pressure on Harrison by those young Pittsburgh Penguins. They've done a good job rebuilding this club here. They've doubled or tripled their playing strength up front in the last few months. Baz Bastien, 3 stitches to Peter Lee in that incident in the first period.
Well, we have Williams back out on the ice after serving his penalty. 14:25 remains in the second period. So it's Sittler, Williams, and Paymo. Greg Malone, Peter Lee. There's a drive. Oh, that's high over top of the net, off the stick of Rod Schutt. Played by Williams. It's going down the ice. Not going to be called for icing. Back there for it is Russ Anderson. Anderson of Pittsburgh, stopped by Williams. And it's Stackhouse. Bears it up on the wing to Lee. Lee gets it up through center. Malone then intended for Schutt. The puck goes into the corner. Picked off by Greg Hotham, who gets it over into the corner. And the Leafs fail to get it out. Here's the drive. That one's knocked down. Another shot. Another shot. And they score on the second try.
Well, in this period, the Leafs have had a lot of difficulty getting the puck out of their own zone. They did it so very well in the first period, but here it cost them a goal. Tiger Williams couldn't get out. He put it right on the stick of the Pittsburgh player. Now, here's the play developing again. Williams with the puck in the corner. Look at this pass over the stick of Turnbull. And here's where the Pens close in. This shot, kind of a lob shot off the shoulder. That change of pace fooled Harrison momentarily. Loses sight of it there. They pop it in behind him. Rick Kehoe. So it's 2-2 here at Pittsburgh as the Pens close in on Harrison. Get the tying goal here with 13:46 to play in the period.
.6:14 was the official time of the goal. Shut from Malone and Lee. So we have a 2-2 tie in the second period with 13:35 remaining and counting. Up the ice for Pittsburgh again. A long shot into the corner. Racing in after Pat Hughes. Also with him is George Ferguson, number 11. Puck goes all the way out to center ice. Played by Randy Carlisle right on to Dan Maloney's stick. Maloney shoots it to an open wing. He's out there with Gardner and Hickey. Hickey into the corner, right to Gardner. Gardner gets a shot. And Millen stopped that. Dan Maloney, a pass for Hickey, and that's broken up by Gary McAdam. He couldn't get anywhere. They finally call it, and we have a whistle. With the score, Toronto 2 and Pittsburgh 2. Our telecast returns in a moment.
Are you ready for a new bathroom, kitchen, or laundry? Then come on into Plumbing Mart. You'll find a huge assortment of brand name products, all at value prices. Everything from basic designs to boutique. All the parts and accessories you'll need, and experts who can show you how to do it right. So whether you're replacing a worn washer or renovating an entire kitchen, laundry, or bathroom, let Plumbing Mart help you make it beautiful.
You can see Peter Lee, number 10, in your pictures. We look at the replay now. Shot from Malone and Lee on the scoring play for Pittsburgh, the goal that tied it up, and Harrison screened there perfectly by the Pens, and finally they pop it in behind them.
A long shot by Pat Ribble. Dan Maloney after it. He goes down. Randy Carlisle against the board with Stewart. Out in front now as Gardner tried to center it. Goes over to Gary McAdam. McAdam down the left wing with Ferguson. Puck goes Harrison. Tipping into the corner. Ribble Up for Gardner. And that goes sliding down the ice. Randy Carlyle will try it again, giving it to George Ferguson. Ferguson's pass. Coming out, though, with it is Salming. Gets it over on the right side to John Anderson. Anderson, the screen shot. And that was stopped by Millen, as he just got a skate on it. 12:18 to go in the second period. 2-2 tie.
Well, Dave Hodge threw that trivia question at me today. It took me a lot longer to get it than it did Johnny Wilson, the Pittsburgh coach. The question was, which player, and there's only one, has played with Toronto, Detroit, Atlanta, and Pittsburgh? And the answer, veteran defenseman Noel Price.
The puck is back of the net in Pittsburgh territory. Cleared out by Rick Keogh to center. Jerry Butler was there, shoots it right back. Taken by Russ Anderson. Anderson gets away from John Anderson. The puck over onto the left side. Pittsburgh coming down with Lonsbury. Lonsbury skated off. Puck back of the net. Getting out in front for a backhand was Greg Shepard, and they call it for a face-off in Leaf territory.
Boyd Smith a little concerned about his team's play in their own zone, but if he wants to look back, he can take great satisfaction in the game Saturday night against Vancouver. Sittler, the #1 star, Paymon, #2, and Harrison, who got several ovations, was the #3 star that night.
Laurie Boschman, John Anderson, Rocky Saganuk out there. Cleared past Shepard. Goes into the corner. Comes loose to Turnbull. Turnbull then losing it to Shepard. They go to the boards again. Lonsbury knocked it loose, but Anderson, John Anderson that is, brings it out with a pass on the right side for Jerry Butler now, who's out. Butler playing on this right wing as it's cleared out by Burrows to center. Butler lets it go to Anderson. Play is called from one zone to the other, offside.
Here comes a light beer that's really got heart. Molson Light. Had one yet?
Well, we'd like to say hello to Kim Bishop tonight, celebrating her 14th birthday. Her dad, Gary, is on our lead camera tonight. Can't be home, so he wants daughter Kim to have many happy returns.
Play back to Stackhouse. Stackhouse gets it up to Rick Keogh over the line. Shepard goes after it. And it's cleared by Paymon out to center ice. Right off Ribble's skate. Comes over here on this wing. Stackhouse again. Ribble had it go by him. Boria Salming goes back to cover up. Lonsbury with Keogh. Out on the forward line along with Greg Malone. Puck goes down the ice. Stackhouse is going back after it. He's there first, touches it, icing is called.
The airport in Pittsburgh really crowded today. You can see that a lot of the sports fans have already headed off to California and Super Bowl Sunday. And Johnny Wilson was telling me there'd be dozens and dozens of Super Bowl parties around here, Bill, on the weekend. He said every time there's a score or anything happens in the Super Bowl, from a Pittsburgh standpoint, they'll be up and parading around the kitchen, the living room, and it's going to be some time.
Well, they've got signs everywhere you look in downtown Pittsburgh. On the face-off, a shot. Yeah, that was stopped. Comes back to the blue line. Intercepted. The Leafs bring it back. Sittler over on the right side for Wilf Paymon. Paymon tried to get it to Sittler, did, but Sittler couldn't get a shot. Goes into the corner. Shot out by Peter Lee. Up at center for Malone. Malone was checked. And Paymon comes back with Sittler and Williams. Williams over the line. Side to center it. Sittler and Williams along the board. Sittler's got the puck. Sittler tried to get it to Paymon. And it's cleared by Randy Carlyle. And the Penguins shoot it down the ice. Boria Salming going back to touch it. And that's ace.
Oh, we saw Jerry Butler playing out there with the kid line earlier. Here they come now. There's Butler sitting down, and Rocky Saganuk has a slight groin pull, so we'll see what happens to him the rest of the evening.
We have a 2-2 tie with 9 minutes and 58 seconds remaining to play in the second period. Walt McKechnie with Maloney out there along with Pat Hickey. The puck brought that back by Pittsburgh's Ron Shutt. Intercepted by Dave Burrows. Burrows then lost it. And Hotham recovers. Puck bounced out to center ice. Cleared right back. Over the line now for Malone. Malone stops. Goes into the corner. Peter Lee against the boards, and they get a whistle. This is NHL Wednesday Night Hockey.
Whether it's city or town living you prefer, Thomas A. Lavin Realty has the listing just for you. With offices located throughout Essex County, they can help you find the home of your dreams. Whether it be a starter home or that final special place, they can make it a reality. Call and ask to speak to one of their experienced salespeople. When you think of homes, think Lavin.
9:29 remaining to play in the second period, and it's a 2-2 tie. Burrows over on the wing. Kept in. Pass for Malone. Malone gets it into the corner. Down went Libet, number 14. But there was no penalty on the play, and the face-off is in the circle and Leaf territory.
Nick Libet tried a helmet earlier in the season, but I see he's discarded that after many steady, if not spectacular, years in Detroit. He was traded here for Peter Mahovlich. They're very happy with his play. 34 years old now. Libet still has his ties with Detroit. He sells automobile paint in the off-season in that area.
Kim Davis with Libet on one wing and Ferguson on the other for Pittsburgh. Stackhouse and Anderson on the defense. Butler out there along with Boschman and John Anderson. The puck goes sliding down the ice. Stopped by Millen. Millen gets it over to Anderson. Anderson's pass. And the Penguins bring it back. That's Libet over the line. Libet trying to get around Salming. Salming took him to the boards. Try to jam it there, and they do, and get another whistle.
You know, think of all the trades the Leafs have made, and looking at Libet out there for the last 10 years, his name has come up in trade talks year after year. Where is Nick Libet going? Finally, it happened.
Well, we're ready to face off again. 8:53 remaining in the second period. All set to go. Now then, Turnbull doesn't like the way the Leafs are lined up, so he went back into the circle. Puck wasn't dropped fairly again. They'll do it all over.
Kid Davis, number 22, looks pretty good out there tonight, Bill. He scored 44 goals in the International League with Grand Rapids. Had big years with Flin Flon in junior hockey.
Yes,
one of those
did.
late developers.
Larry Boschman has the look. Now then, the puck is dropped, and Salming has the puck. He shoots it out to the blue line. Kept in, though. Knocked around on the boards by George Ferguson into the corner. Out front to Ferguson. Takes Kenny. Score!
Oh, yes. Ferguson right there, number 11, and the Penguins go ahead, but watch the pass from Davis. We were just talking about him. He rifled that puck over to Ferguson to help put the Penguins in front from the corner. Watch this great pass from Kim Davis. Right across the slot area, right to Ferguson's stick. He drills it high into the net. Over the shoulder of Paul Harrison. Harrison going down. Ferguson gets it up. Ferguson having a good night here in Pittsburgh, and it's 3-2 Penguins. Oh. 11:21 was the official time here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, and the Penguins go ahead for the first time in the game, 3-2. Oh, I like that pass by Davis. You're going to pass from the corner. You've got to sizzle it over there. You can't just baby it.
Somebody threw something on the ice. That's why they called the play. The puck goes to Burroughs. Burroughs in back of the net. Pittsburgh now leads 3-2 with 8:25 to go in the second period. Greg Hotham. He's being hounded. It goes back of the net. Rick Keogh after him. The puck with number 19, Greg Shepard, trying to get to it. Shepard, Keogh out there now. Keogh knocks his man flat. There's going to be a penalty to Pittsburgh. Darryl Sittler goes back. Now then, Harrison is raced to the bench. They got the extra attacker out there. Burroughs back to Sittler again. Sittler gets it up on the right side. Finally stopped by Bob Stewart. Live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
It takes calm, unhurried patience to brew Bradol, so take the time to appreciate it. Bradol from Molson. Take the time.
The veteran Rick Keogh has opted for the helmet, takes a penalty here for holding, and it came at 12:14. You could see Sittler try to delay play until Harrison could get to the bench and the Leafs could get the other attacker on the delayed penalty.
Again, we had a false start. Sittler out there at center. McKechnie, Salming, Williams, and Paymo. And it's McKechnie with the puck at his own blue line. Goes back to Salming. Salming moves through center. Takes a long shot. Goes back to the net. Randy Carlyle after it. Paymo is there as well, but it's knocked to the blue line, but not out. Sittler a shot. Oh, sure! It hopped over the stick of Millen into the net.
So the Leafs come through with a power play goal just seconds after Keogh sat himself down in the penalty box, and it's tied again at 3. Here's the replay now. Sittler's shot. Millen looks up in anguish as it trickles over his head and drops in behind him into the net. See Payma there, number 99 as well, but Sittler took the shot. McKechnie, I believe, will get an assist as well.
.33 was the time of Sittler's goal. The time of Keogh's penalty was 12:14. So it didn't take the Leafs long, Brian, to capitalize on that man advantage.
Well, that puck just had enough momentum to get in behind Millen and over the goal line.
So we have a 3-3 tie now as the puck goes to the boards. Cleared by Anderson, but not out. Then Salming into the corner. Salming's got it again. Then it was knocked away from him. A race for the puck down the ice. Ribbo knocking it off to the wing. Gary McAdam, though, gets it back. Comes over here to Stackhouse, and he shot it at least 10 feet wide of the net. Puck along the board. McAdam back for Stackhouse. They still fight for it. It comes loose, and there's a high shot off the stick of Pat Hughes, way up into the crowd.
Crowd quick to get on the Penguins for the least little thing tonight. Now watch again as we show you the replay of Sittler's shot. McKechnie from the corner. Really wasn't a dangerous shot, but somehow it trickled over Millen into the goal. You know, talk about the crowd getting on players. One reason the Penguins traded Blair Chapman, who's having such a great year in St. Louis, was the fact that he just couldn't cope with the criticism he was getting here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
The puck is cleared out to center ice. Goes back to Paul Gardner out there, number 18, as he has Dan Maloney on one wing. Puck goes all the way down. Now it's Dan Maloney. Quick pass up on the right side to Pat Hickey. Hickey over for Maloney. Maloney to Gardner. Gardner trying to get in front, and it was taken away from him by number 12, Greg Malone. Up here to Hughes. Hughes is then checked, and the puck is by Dan Maloney. He's covered along the boards. Picked off by Paul Gardner. Gardner goes in with a drive, and that one was knocked down in front of the net. Oh, Gardner just missed it again. Maloney moves up. Kept in. Maloney has it, gets it back. Burrows the shot. He fired it wide. The rebound out in front, and that was missed by Pat Hickey. Down the ice for Gary McAdam. McAdam cutting in, tried to center it, and it was cleared by the Leafs down the ice. And that's going over the red line, and that should be icing. We have 5:39 remaining in the second period, a 3-3 tie.
There's McAdam with 16 goals. Talking about trades, the Penguins made a good one here, getting McAdam from Buffalo, giving up Dave Schultz. McAdam playing extremely well. Another reason Chapman went, apparently he missed a couple of penalty shots here, and the crowd really got on his back after that. And sometimes it doesn't take too much for a crowd to turn on a player, single him out for all the attention.
Shades of a few years back when Alan Stanley was booed out of Madison Square
A lot of
Garden.
years back.
Comes over and plays on Stanley Cup team with the Maple Leafs. Puck back up at center ice. Cleared over to Randy Carlyle. Carlyle inside his own blue line. A pass up at center for Ferguson. Ferguson gets around his check, going right in. His backhand is high. And George Ferguson has been by far the most dangerous man on the ice.
Well, he showed a good burst of speed there as the souvenir collector takes his bow. But he had John Anderson checking him, and trying to outskate Anderson is no mean chore.
5:19 left. Here we go again with these face-offs. For some reason, the players taking the face-off are not putting their sticks on the ice. Now they do. The puck is back of the net, and it's Ian Turnbull around on the boards, past number 15, Bob Stevenson. It goes down the ice, stopped there by Bob Stewart, and they're calling play. Referee has gone over to the timer's bench, calling for a face-off in the Penguins' territory to the right. The penalty box is open, so either somebody said something or we'll have to wait and see. Here's the penalty. Somebody must have said something. It's a bench penalty because with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to play in the second period, the score is Toronto 3 and Pittsburgh 3.
Hi, I'm A.J. Gus Gervais. It's manufacturing that makes the big difference. His and hers otter-dyed muskrat. Very durable for practical wear. The young executive will look just right arriving at the office. Designed and manufactured by A.J. Gervais at 762 Willette Avenue in Windsor, 2 blocks south of the tunnel exit. Looking forward to waiting on you personally.
Well, there's a Pittsburgh Penguin player who was put in the penalty box as a bench penalty. Kim Davis is serving it. Now we have Darryl Sittler with Paymo and Williams, Salming, and McKechnie. Puck went by Salming, who made a lunge for it all the way down to Harrison. To Walt McKechnie. 3-3 tie, 4:56 and counting remaining in this second period. Up the ice for Walt McKechnie at his own blue line. Up the center. Shoots it over the line. Sittler couldn't get it. It's cleared out. There's a chance of a breakaway here. Coming down is Malone. Malone was poke-checked from nowhere by Salming. Still in the corner, and that was a close call on the Maple Leafs, as they have the man advantage. 1:18 left in the penalty. That's Wilf Paymo ahead to Sittler. Sittler takes the shot, scores! A beautiful shot into the bottom left-hand corner And that's the hat trick for Darrell Sittler.
Oh, beautiful shot indeed, just inside the goalpost, and what a costly bench penalty that has turned out to be for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Putting the Leafs in front now, 4-3. Watch 27. This slap shot just inside the post as Millen lunges too late. So Sittler scores again for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's Toronto 4, Pittsburgh 3, catching the corner with that slap shot. Tiger Williams said yesterday, in the dressing room, he's still the leader, Darrell Sittler. Still the man we look to for the leadership.
15:42 is the time of Sittler's third goal of the night. Paymo and McKechnie assisting. Puck in the corner in Leaf territory. Dave Burrows back of the net. Shoots it up on the left wing, and it's Randy Carlyle and Dan Maloney. And they go down to the ice, and there could be a holding penalty now. Referee Ron Harris calling a holding penalty. I believe it's on Dan Maloney for falling on top of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ross Lonsbury. Maloney.
That's his second penalty of this second period, Dan Maloney. And Sittler completed his 3-goal effort just seconds ago with this shot to the corner of the net on the power play. Millen gave him a little too much room there. In fact, a whole lot of room. Didn't look that much on the first replay.
And now the Leafs are shorthanded. They lead by a score of 4-3, and we have 3:56 to play in the second period. McKechnie out there with Butler. That shot is wide of the Leafs net, cleared by Salming around to the blue line. It was out and in again, and it was called offside. Mario Faubert, number 5, with Randy Carlyle. Greg Shepard at center. Rick Keogh on the right side. And Lonsbury on the left. Delivering pass back to Faubert. Faubert then goes to Randy Carlyle. Carlyle coming up to center ice. Overskated the puck. And it's Lonsbury now coming back for Pittsburgh. Lonsbury gets over the line along with Shepard, and Carlyle is intercepted, and here comes Butler, one-on-one. Going down the ice, over the line, Butler shoots. Millen stops that. Puck up at center, Pittsburgh with Shepard shooting it in. Salming was knocked down in a previous exchange, but he failed to get it out this time. The puck in the corner comes back to Faubert. Faubert takes his shot. It's a rebound all the way out and off McKechnie to center ice. Faubert will try it again to Randy Carlyle. 2:53. A long bouncer wide of the net. McKechnie clears it into the corner. Jerry Butler shooting it along the boards and out to center. Greg Malone has it now for Pittsburgh. Gets around McKechnie over the blue line with Lee into the corner. Holding it against the boards was Salming, but he finally comes loose. Faubert then goes over, and a screenshot taken by number 10, Peter Lee. Lee gave it back. Now Faubert with a screenshot. Where is it? It's underneath Harrison, and he holds on and gets the face-off.
Malone is 12, getting up slowly. The puck did jump loose for just a moment there in front of Harrison. Next Tuesday night, 8 o'clock start, the Toronto Maple Leafs will be in Atlanta. We'll bring you the Atlanta action on this channel for Toronto viewers only. Then when the Leafs return home, that's 2 weeks from tonight, they'll face the Detroit Red Wings. We'll bring you that game as well. Also for Toronto viewers, Detroit at Toronto on the 30th of the month.
Oh, we have 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. 16 seconds left in the Dan Maloney penalty for holding. Darrell Sittler out there with Ted Ribble, Ian Turnbull, and Wilf Paymo. There's a shot by Stackhouse, knocked down. The Leafs recover. A quick pass to Paymo. Paymo is dumped. Stackhouse goes back for it. Stackhouse back of the net. Now he starts out with a pass. Number 11, George Ferguson, and Dan Maloney hops out of the penalty box. Ian Turnbull, a quick pass for Sittler. That goes down the ice. Millen getting it into the corner. Paymon gets it back, but it's intercepted. Brought back down the ice by Rod Shutt. There's his shot. Harrison stopped that. Chopped out and in again, off by number 12, Greg Malone.
No, Paymon was looking over the referee. Ron Harris couldn't believe that he didn't call the penalty there as he was dumped just outside the Pittsburgh blue line. Greg Malone is number 12.
Laurie Boschman out at center. Stevenson and Anderson are the wingers. Turnbull and Salming on the defense. Teams are at full strength. Puck shot around back of the Leaf net. The Leafs lead by a score of 4-3. Salming overskated the puck. Comes back to Stackhouse. The shot. Harrison stops that and covers up on his own rebound.
Harrison making 48 stops the other night in Toronto against Vancouver. Shots on goal to this point in the hockey game. Toronto has 22, Pittsburgh 19. Mike Palmatier did not make the trip. He still has that ankle injury, suffered December 26th.
Laurie Boschman has left as we have Walt McKechnie out there against number 12, Greg Malone. We've had a lot of trouble in the second period. We get the players to put their sticks down. That's a shot. Harrison's got it again. And we'll have a face-off. Malone, Lee, and shutout there for Pittsburgh. Stackhouse and Anderson on the defense. All set to go again. Malone against McKechnie. McKechnie wins the draw. Turnbull goes back of the net. Round on the boards for Pat Hickey. That slides all the way to center. McKechnie went after it. The puck hopped off his stick. And it's brought back by Malone. Malone gets it handed back to him. Tried to get a shot. Turnbull had him too well covered, and the puck comes to the blue line, but not out. Less than a minute. Here's a shot off the stick of number 10, Peter Lee, and it went off Harrison into the crowd.
So we'll have line changes here. It's interesting to see the way the Leafs work that puck out of their own zone. If they get the face-off, they'll try to drop it back to the corner. In that case, it was Turnbull taking it around the boards, but the Penguins brought it right back in.
55 seconds remaining in the second period. 4-3. Toronto Maple Leafs lead. All set to go now. That's Kim Davis, number 22. As the Leafs bring the puck up to center ice. Burrows trying to set Williams free. Millen knocking it, but not out. Sittler lost it. Back up for Nick Levitt. He's too well covered, and Hotham just backhands the puck out. Pittsburgh lose the puck at center ice. The long shot intended for Darryl Sittler, and it's touched by number 8, Bob Stewart, and that'll be brought all the way back into Leaf territory for icing. 27 seconds remaining.
Well, Sittler not only had a big game against Vancouver Saturday, but he has 3 goals here tonight with 27 seconds. The same number he wears in his jersey to play here in this second period.
Randy Carlyle on the defense now, along with Bob Stewart. Puck is dropped. The Leafs win the draw. Bring it right out to center ice. Pass to Williams. Williams took his shot. That was wide. Goes around to the far wing. Shot by the Penguins out to center ice again. Cleared by Burrows. Williams. Then a pass for Paymon. And it ends up behind the net. Stewart clearing it, but not out. There's a drive by Williams. It was deflected wide. Randy Carlyle, and there goes the horn to end the second period, in which the Toronto Maple Leafs, who skate to their dressing room, have a 4-3 lead.
You know, the 3 goals by Sittler gives him now 7 goals and 4 assists in his last 4 and 2/3 hockey games. So he's been hot since he took the C off his sweater and since he teamed up with Will Payma and others.
All of you about Bowl for Millions being held in Essex County the week of February 9th. Call Big Brothers, Big Sisters, or your local bowling house and get a pledge form. Then bowl with your league or join us on Celebrity Day, February 16th at Crescent Lanes. I know I can count on you to help because helping others is right up Windsor's alley. Right, kids?
Right.
What's it take to brew a great light beer?
You gotta have heart, mother heart. If you're gonna brew a beer with great taste, there's only one place to start. Mother Light has got heart, mother mild of heart. Mother Light has got heart.
Had one yet?
The Lighting Boutique has the price and selection waiting for you. The Lighting Boutique has a wide selection of crystal chandeliers and the very latest in chandelier design. Lighting for the living room and the bedrooms. And lighting for every room in the house. Visit Ray Fatau and his staff for expert advice on quality and price. The Lighting Boutique, 4072 Walker Road at Old Highway 2. For lighting you can't be without.
The Pittsburgh Penguins scored twice to take a 3-2 lead, and then the Leafs scored twice to regain the lead by a score of 4-3. The Leafs being outshot by Pittsburgh in that period 14-8. Toronto holding a 22-21 edge. After 2 periods, it was Rod Shutt and George Ferguson for the Penguins as they led 3-2, and then Darryl Sittler completed his hat trick with his 2nd and 3rd goals of the night, his 17th and 18th of the season, both on power plays. The Leafs by a goal at the end of 2 periods. For many years in Detroit, there were trade rumors mentioning the name of Nick Libett, and it finally happened. Nick Libett, now a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Your reaction to the adjustment that you've made?
Well, Dave, it's after playing so long in one city, there's always an adjustment to be made, but it's close to home. I still maintain my home in Detroit, and I'm going to enjoy these next 2 or 3 years in Pittsburgh as much as I possibly can.
This is a skating team, I think we could call it that, and the team that you left in Detroit could be similarly labeled. Does it fit for you to play with this kind of a team?
I think so. I think that they have a lot of good young hockey players on this team, and similar to Detroit. But again, there was new management in Detroit a couple of years ago, and I think that it's just a situation where, they thought a change was good for the team and good for me, and hopefully it works out for both situations. We have a good skating team here. We haven't played all that well the last 8 or 10 games, but hopefully we'll bring it around.
Would you have preferred to finish out a career in Detroit?
Well, after playing, like I said, for so long in one city, I have business connections there, and all my friends, off-ice hockey friends are there, and there is an adjustment to be made. Here, it's strictly a hockey atmosphere, as far as I am concerned, because in Detroit I could get away from the hockey end of it through my outside friends. Here, you have to make new friends, and it's a little tougher, but again, I'm adjusting.
Coming into this game, we read about the Penguins' problems killing penalties and also scoring goals when they had the power play. 3 Pittsburgh penalties tonight, 3 Leaf goals, 4 Leaf penalties, no Pittsburgh goals on the power play. That must be an awfully frustrating situation.
Well, it is, Dave, because I think we have fairly good penalty killers. You have George Ferguson, Ross Lonsbury, Greg Shepard, myself, Greg Malone, and I can't understand what's happening. We're just having some breakdowns somewhere along the line, and the other way, our power play hasn't been going very well. Whether we don't have the key guy that can take over on the power play, I don't know, but we haven't done very well in those 2 categories.
Does the sports atmosphere in this city get to you with the Steelers and the Pirates? I know you haven't been here quite long enough to maybe appreciate it to the fullest, but...
Well, it is definitely a football town. There's no doubt about that with the Steelers, and even with the Pirates winning the World Series, they are a distant second, and then the Penguins have their hardcore 8,000, 9,000 people, and on good nights when we have Philadelphia, Boston, Montreal, we will have our 13, 14, 15,000 people. But it is a definite change from the atmosphere in a city like Detroit.
They have winners in the Pirates and the Steelers. They have a team near the middle of the pack in the NHL, but these people can be critical. Do you hear that from the...
Well, they're critical. I think any city is critical. I think a good analogy would be that when the Steelers are winning 35-10, and they have a bad series of downs, they start booing. So it doesn't matter whether it's football, baseball, or hockey. The people, no matter where they are, if they're not happy with the play, they're going to boo.
Vic, thank you very much. Hope that the booing turns to cheers pretty quickly for you and the team. Vic Libet of the Pittsburgh Penguins. The score at the end of 2 periods, the Leafs 4 and the Penguins 3. Our intermission continues in a moment.
Getting up and out into the clean, crisp winter air. Joining in the active life that we all love to share. That's why now the age of sparkling 7-Up is here. Cause we love that clean, refreshing taste, so light and crystal clear. Moving up, way up, reaching up, getting up. Canada is turning 7-Up. Looking up, getting up. Feeling up, feeling up. Canada is turning 7-Up.
This is what I call total performance. 1980 Dodge 024.
Test drive Dodge total performance.
024 looks sporty, feels sporty, with sports car features and proven front-wheel drive. A real performance car, and it's real easy on gas. Test drive Dodge 024 and check it out yourself.
Test drive Dodge total performance. Put Dodge to the test, don't settle for less.
Hi, I'm Marty Adler, and I hope you'll join Don Daly and me this Friday night at 11:45 for post time from Windsor Raceway. And on this Friday night show, we're going to feature this gal. This is Ruth in the Wayne Horner stable. She's going to tell us all about bandages. Did you know that about 99% of all the horses at Windsor Raceway wear bandages? Why? Well, she's going to tell us on this Friday night show. We'll also have the results of all 10 races, and we'll show you 8 of the races from Windsor Raceway. Post time, 11:45 on TV9.
Last Wednesday, we showed you some of the talented teenage players in the Ontario Major Junior Hockey League, and tonight we look at how some of these players develop in hockey and otherwise. Traditionally, the Ontario Major Junior Hockey League has been the league that develops and grooms players for the National Hockey League. But obviously, all the players in the OMJHL don't graduate to professional hockey. So let's look at how the league and the OMJHL member clubs look at their role in the total development of these young men, not only as hockey players. Let's start by talking to Peterborough Pete's general manager coach, Mike Keenan.
We have an educational policy in Peterborough where all boys attend either university or high school for the simple reason that they're all not going to play in the National Hockey League. We feel we'd like to develop a well-rounded individual that can communicate with his environment, have some educational background as well as being a good hockey player.
Andre Heedy plays on the Peterborough Petes, but he also attends Trent University, considering a career in law leading to international relations.
I just feel that a lot of hockey players who have aspirations to play pro and don't make it get left by the wayside, and they don't have anything to fall back on. And I'm not saying that I'm definitely considering going into law or international relations or anything else rather than hockey at this point, but yeah, what it comes down to is just keeping all your options open.
Heedy not only finds time to play for the Petes and attend classes, he also gets in some recreational tennis. And Bob Goodish enjoys a little racquetball at the University of Western Ontario when he is not attending classes or playing for the London Knights. It's a demanding schedule, but it can be done.
Well, I think the secret of combining junior A hockey with university is that you have to be very dedicated towards the school, and you have to be willing to put the time forward to go to school and play hockey. It's a tough grind, and there's not that much time to do it, but if you set your mind to it, it can be done.
Jim Poplinski, Toronto Marlborough's captain, is at the University of Toronto. And incidentally, the Marlies' coach, Dave Chambers, is a phys ed professor at York University. But most of the junior age players are still in high school, such as Mike Hickey of the Sudbury Wolves.
I just find that combination of school and hockey is pretty easy. If you miss a day of school, the next day you just have to come back and work twice as hard to make it up. The secret is not to let yourself get behind.
Sudbury Wolves general manager is Joe Drago. He also happens to be a high school principal, and he explains the Sudbury Wolves education policy.
Well, with 4 to 5 people who are considered educators within our organization, education is certainly one of our prime concerns. A policy that our club has always had and will probably continue to have as long as we're in Major Junior A hockey is that for each year that a boy plays for the Sudbury Wolves Hockey Club, we will pay 1 year of equivalent tuition at any university of his choice.
Now, some players, such as Brantford Alexander's Kevin Lavallee, managed to find time for more than hockey, school, and the normal teenage social life.
After school, one of the things I like to do is tinker around with cars. And a few times I bought old cars and I fixed them up and I sold them for a bit of a profit. And I enjoy it and it's relaxing.
One way the league facilitates education is by scheduling as much as possible on weekends, keeping midweek travel to a minimum. And so the Ontario Major Junior Hockey League policy definitely promotes the total development of the boys playing in the league, and not just the hockey side. With the score after 2 periods, the Leafs 4 and the Penguins 3, we'll continue our look at the Ontario Major Junior Hockey League in just a moment.
Bondi TV and Appliances handles only top brands, including Speed Queen washer and dryers, #1 in laundromats because they're built better to last longer. For microwave ovens, see Bondi's selection of the latest microwaves by Sharp, all at discount prices. At Bondi TV and Appliances, see the complete line of dependable Admiral refrigerators. You do deserve the best. Visit Dick Bondi and his staff at Bondi TV and Appliances, 3907 Tecumseh Road East, today.
Now there's a photocopier that boasts economy and efficiency. The Minolta EP1 plain paper copier. No need to change paper for different sizes. The Minolta EP1 cuts paper to the size of the original. The unique sheet bypass lets you use your own letterhead or make two-sided copies. For full details on the Minolta EP1, call Alden Business Machines and ask for the copy specialist, Jim Johnston.
Johnston? You can call me Jim, or you can call me James. You can even call me JJ.
You're enjoying Toronto Maple Leaf hockey on your sports station, TV9.
The everything place for everyone's taste. The beautiful Devonshire Mall.
Hi, I'm Joel Quenville. And I'm Pat Paquette. Devonshire Mall, a great place to shop. Right, Joel? Oh, yeah.
The beautiful Devonshire Mall. Convenient Devonshire Mall. The wonderful...
Clear the shop, I want some pop. Look at all the flavors. Pick what you want.
Orange, great. Cream soda. Ginger ale.
And I'll have a plain soda water.
Maybe I didn't go far in school, but there's one thing I've learned from my mom and dad. Look after the nickels and dimes, and the dollars will look after themselves.
Right?
Right on!
They've got big bottles, too. Hey, Windsor, have I got a nose for value?
We wonder about the overall hockey education of players in the Ontario Major Junior Hockey League. Many of those players striving to improve in hopes of a professional career. To excel in any sport, you must be willing to make the sacrifices of time and effort required to succeed. And equally important is good coaching.
I wanted to go over this anyway, and that was the shorthanded goals we had scored on us the other night.
Bill Long is the Dean of Ontario Major Junior Hockey League coaches. Over his years in Niagara Falls, then Ottawa, and now London, he's sent many players to the NHL. So has Ottawa 67's coach Brian Kilray, who told us what he feels he has to teach junior players.
The thing that we work on mostly here is the skating, shooting, and passing. I think they're the most natural things to work on. Like some teams stress a little bit more in the checking department and the positional play. Like I like to see them skate, and like I believe that if they can skate, then they can go on to play National Hockey League, and so that's why we stress that a little bit more than anything else.
Of course, skills are important, but so is conditioning as we watch members of the Kitchener Rangers in their training room. And these are the Sudbury Wolves, demonstrating that there are more ways to get conditioning in the arena than just on the ice. But the Wolves coach Andy Lang makes an interesting observation on the role of an OMJHL coach.
The most important thing that I've found here is taking 20 hockey players and instilling in them the attitude of being a team and playing as a team, because generally speaking, a boy who comes to you has been the top dog on his team, whether it be in midget, junior B, or tier 2 hockey, and he's been the big star. And here in Major A now you have to take all of those different types of players and different styles and mold them into a team and get each boy thinking about being a part of a team and adapting his abilities to, to suit the attitude of the team.
The Pete's Mike Keenan also subscribes to the team approach.
We develop a team philosophy here. We think it's important that everyone has a chance to develop. We've got, for example, 4 players that were drafted underage and 2 players that are signed to National Hockey League contracts. And they're really not getting that much more ice time than, say, for example, our rookies.
Yes, these young men are definitely in their formative years, not only as hockey players, but maturing as people who will have to take on the responsibilities of the adult world. And our look around the Ontario Major Junior Hockey League indicates quite clearly that the overall development of these talented young hockey players has not been forgotten. Our thanks to Molson's for its involvement in junior hockey and for that film look at the OMJHL. In a moment, Bill Hewitt, Brian McFarland with the third and final period of the game from Pittsburgh.
Now, along with every gas range sold to you, good old Union Gas sends the service too. Say hi to the guy who delivers it to you. Hi. Hello to the fellow who checks it out. And hi to the gal who shows you how to use it. And a hand for the man without a doubt who can fix it. At Union Gas, we do things right. Person to person, that's our way. What can warm and friendly gas do for you today?
Hello, I'm Don Daly, host of Sports Scene, Saturday nights at 7:30 here on TV9. On Sports Scene, we zero in on area events and athletes from amateur sports to high school sports through professional sports. And each Saturday, a recap of game highlights from the previous week. That's Saturday night, 7:30 for Sports Scene.
Three power play goals by Darryl Sittler, and it's 4-3 Toronto.
And now, Brian, we'll have a look at the Phillips second period summary. It was shot at 6:14, Ferguson at 11:21, 2 by Sittler at 12:33 and 15:42. And the shots were Pittsburgh 14 and Toronto 8. And we're all ready to start the final period with the Leafs leading by a score of 4-3. Puck goes over to Borja Salming, up to McKechnie. McKechnie nearly handed it to Randy Carlyle. Paired by Dan Maloney, tipped out over here onto the right side. Driven off the boards by Salming. And it's Stewart to Carlyle. Up it comes for Ken Davis. It goes down the ice, over the red line. Salming will touch it. Icing is the call.
Backup goaltender for Pittsburgh tonight is Bob Holland. He was thought to be a throw-in that deal with Montreal, along with Pat Hughes in the deal that sent Dennis Herron to the Canadiens. Millen then was injured early in the season. Holland got a chance to play, and he played very well, playing in 18 straight games. Johnny Wilson says that with the 2 youngsters, he's well stocked with goaltenders for the future.
Randy Carlyle in possession, gets it over on the right side. A cleared pass up to center ice as Ferguson tried to get it over to Rick Keogh. Now it's brought in offside. Face-off comes outside the blue line.
Next to Bob Holland is Vincent Tremblay, the Toronto backup man. Got off to a rough start against Montreal a few days ago, giving up 3 early goals, and he was replaced by Harrison.
Ian Turnbull back of the net. Being watched there by Nick Libet. The puck comes up the center ice. Shot by Turnbull into the corner. Comes out. Millen leaving it there. Now Ferguson trying to work it out. Stopped by Pat Hickey. Dan Maloney is jammed against the boards, trying to get the puck loose. He's covered by Stewart. Play is called. And we have a face-off in Pittsburgh territory.
Line change here as Maloney skates off. The 2 power play goals in the second period by Sittler tied a team record, held by Sid Smith, the former Leaf captain, and the late Charlie Conacher, set many years ago.
We've played 1 minute exactly into the final period. Leafs leading by a score of 4-3. Puck goes loose to Russ Anderson. Over here to cleared out and down the ice off the stick of Gary McAdam. Back up at center. Pittsburgh have it again. The trial. Greg Malone going over the line. Malone hooked it in front. McAdam couldn't get to it, and the Leafs bring it right back. A long pass for Pimo, intercepted at center ice. Shot back in over the line. After it is Greg Malone, but it goes to the Leafs. The Leafs get it out over the line. They're blocked, and Pittsburgh carried right back in again. Here's a chance for McAdam. A shot, another shot, another shot. Two of them by McAdam, and then one on a rebound. And the Leafs desperately clear that puck down the ice with Russ Anderson going back to touch it. And that's icing. The score, Toronto 4, Pittsburgh 3.
What's it take to brew a great light beer? Had one yet?
And we're back live here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh and facing off in Leaf territory after that icing. The puck comes back. There's the shot by Stewart right on Harrison. Stop that.
Harrison standing up very well in that Leaf goal in this third period. Those three quick shots just ricocheted off his pads as he stood right in there and blocked every one a few moments ago.
Shepard, Lonsbury, and Keogh are the forwards for Pittsburgh. Stewart and Carlisle at the defense. Puck comes out in front. The Leafs recover it. That's Jerry Butler to center. A long shot wide of the net. Millen, though, gets the rebound off the boards. Shot it. Intended it for Carlisle. The Leafs, with Jerry Butler, unable to get it back to the defense. A long pass over here to Lonsbury. Lonsbury just elects to shoot it into the corner. Had Ribble back in the net. Hooks it around for Jerry Butler. Butler just rammed it out and down the ice. Randy Carlisle gets back to get it. Knocked it by Anderson and out to center ice. Ribble over to Selming. Selming to Ribble. Ribble out to center ice. A quick pass. Laurie Boschman goes after it, but called back on the offside.
There's the veteran Ross Lonsbury. Played well for the Pens last year, up and down the wing. He threw in 24 goals. Had some good years in Philadelphia. Before that, Boston, Los Angeles.
Play underway as Turnbull goes back. Harrison wondered where he'd gone. The puck is taken by Maloney. Maloney shoots it out for Hickey. It's going the length of the ice. Comes right across the goal mouth. Touched by Ron Stackhouse, and that's ice. Maple Leafs 4, Pittsburgh 3.
And the New York Rangers leading the Winnipeg Jets 2-0 early in the third period tonight. Edmonton Oilers, Washington Capitals tied at 1 there midway through the second. Detroit leading Colorado 1-0 early in the third.
Ian Turnbull, pass over to Maloney. Dan Maloney just flips the puck down the ice into Pittsburgh territory, driven right back out again. Past Libet. Turnbull will try it again for McKechnie. Nowhere near him. Libet went after the puck. Then it's cleared by Anderson, and the Leafs just clear it into the Pittsburgh zone. Stackhouse for Anderson. Broken up. The Leafs have it. That pass by Hickey. Dan Maloney couldn't handle. Now McKechnie gets it back to Turnbull. There's his shot. That hit a skate. And the rebound driven by Kim Davis out and down the ice. Greg Hotland's back to get it. Off the boards to Pat Hickey. Hickey goes to Maloney. Maloney over the line to McKechnie. McKechnie's pass, and it's broken up and brought back by Greg Malone. Malone comes over the blue line. A pass, and Libet turns, takes his shot. That hit McKechnie, and the puck taken by Selming and sent to the blue line. But not out. Maloney had to leave the ice. McKechnie. The puck still inside the line. Finally, it's bumped out, and Greg Malone has to go back for it. Bob McKechnie got hit in the face with the puck. We'll see. We can get a report on it. He's still at the bench. Puck along the boards. Shot back of the net. Shot and Salming go down. The puck is still loose. Malone is there. Shoves it underneath them. And that's where play ends. This is NHL Hockey Live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
The furniture sale of the year is underway at Coulter's. The order has gone out to clear the floor. All surplus stocks, all floor models, all scratch and dent items, all 79 model leftovers. Prices on a huge part of the Coulter inventory have been marked down a big 13 to 47% to command immediate action. Coulter's mean business. This is your once-a-year chance to buy Coulter's quality for a whole lot less.
Discover Coulter's, a world of furniture.
Well, there's Walt McKechnie, so it must have been on the cheek or close to the ear. That's where he's got the ice pack. So he must have turned his head just very quickly and got it on the side of the head. The puck is back of the net. Now it's cleared by the Leafs over to Wilf Paymaw, up for Sittler, who has 3 goals tonight. Back comes Randy Carlisle, Pittsburgh, over the line. Tried to go through the defense, too well covered. Cleared out Paymaw, into Sittler. Now a long pass from Paymaw. He's got a breakaway, going in alone, ready to go, and he was poke checked. On a nice play by Greg Millen, the Pittsburgh goalkeeper. Puck is shot in again. This time it's offside.
That was a big stop by Millen, using the stick beautifully to knock the puck off the stick of Will Paymaw. Had the Leafs gone up by 2 at this stage with 14:54 left to play, it might have been all over for the Penguins. Here's the breakaway. Number 99, Paymaw, makes a little deke here. Millen is right there with the goal stick to knock it aside.
Greg Shepard at center ice now for Pittsburgh. He's got Rick Keogh on the right side. Lonsbury on the left. Puck into Leaf territory. Harrison knocked it off to the wing. A drive by Anderson, but over top of the net. Turnbull gets it, and it's cleared down the ice. The Leafs go down after it. It went right on the net, so there's no ice. Back out a pass. That's Shepard coming down at center with Stackhouse. Over the line, a pass for Shepard. Shepard is ridden off by Turnbull. Puck ends up behind the net. Harrison's lost his goal stick. The Leafs clear it, and they clear it into the crowd.
Gives us a chance to look at the scoreboard once again. Edmonton at Washington. Edmonton leading 4-1 there early in the third. Boston leading Quebec 1-0. That's at the end of the first period. Montreal leading Chicago 1-0. Goal. Oh, I don't have the goal there. That's early in the second, and St. Louis is trailing. Minnesota leading St. Louis 2-0 early in the first.
Pittsburgh coming in with Lonsbury. Lonsbury to Rick Keogh. Keogh trying to center it. Puck still on the boards. Keogh fights for it, gets it loose. Lonsbury goes in to help him out. Boschman cleared the puck, but not out. Here's the puck going right in front of the net. The Leafs recover. Boschman then knocks his man down, but Shepard outfights him for it. Now then there's Turnbull shooting it down the ice. Boschman is going to get a penalty. Live from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, this is Bill Hewitt with Brian McFarland.
At Essex Farmers Ford, it's incredible. It's incredible how Essex Farmers Ford has been a top Ford dealership since 1926. And right now's the time for you to find out why. Visit the boys at Essex Farmers Ford and make a deal for a 79 model in stock or the 1980 Fords which have just arrived. Visit Essex Farmers Ford at the tracks in Essex today, and you too will say, it's incredible.
When you get a car from us, we make a fuss over you.
Now the Leafs, leading by 1, are at a disadvantage as Boschman is caught right there for holding in behind Harrison in the Toronto goal. 6:18, the time of the penalty to the rookie Laurie Boschman.
So now the Leafs leading by a score of 4-3. Pittsburgh Penguins get their opportunity to get even. Salming drives it off the glass, not out. Jerry Butler helps him out at the blue line and pokes it down the ice. And there's Walt McKechnie. And the worst for Ware back out there. Number 11 of the Leafs. Pittsburgh in their own territory. Here's Randy Carlyle coming up. He's got Rod Shutt on his left. Puck goes into the corner. Salming has a skate on it. Lost it to Malone. Malone back to the net. Goes back to the blue line. Faubert. And Faubert shot it out. Now it's Randy Carlyle to Ariel Faubert. That's stopped. And the Penguins having difficulty at center ice. Randy Carlyle gets it over on the right side. In for Lee. And he's checked by Butler, but Faubert has it. Faubert gets the shot. It scores!
Well, that turned the booing to cheering. Mario Faubert was having all kinds of problems outside the blue line a moment ago. He's been out of action with an injury for quite some time, just getting back into the lineup and shaking off some of the rust. So Mario Faubert, as Butler tried to clear it out over the line, was unable to do so. He fought off a check, and Harrison may have been screened on that one. It's tied at 4. Mario Faubert comes through in a big way for Pittsburgh here. 12:49 to play, and it's all tied at 4. Mission possible, yes.
Faubert from Lee and Carlisle. And we have a 4-4 tie in this final period as Female winning offside.
Here comes a light beer that's really got heart. Molson Light. Had one yet?
Now, Mario Faubert on the power play has tied it.
And play is underway. The puck ends up in the corner. Cleared by Anderson, but not out. There's a shot by Sittler, and that bounced off the back. Ends up on Ferguson's stick. He lost it. Comes over here to number 16, Gary McAdam. Getting it over on the right side for Pat Hughes. And Williams is back to recover. Williams off the boards, out to center ice. Sittler and Paymont. Williams trying to catch up. Williams getting around Stackhouse, going right in on goal, and he went too far, and he was checked at the last second. Back comes Pat Hughes. He's grabbed by Turnbull. Sittler comes straight back. They're opening up a bit now as they come over the line. Sittler had dropped past to Williams, and he shot it wide. Then Hotham a try. That was stopped by Millen. Paymont's got it. Rolled it out in front. Oh, and Sittler just missed the open side. Back comes Ferguson. Pass over on the wing. They're closing in. A drop pass to Ferguson. A shot, and that hit Hotham and deflected wide. 4-4 tie. Carlisle over to number 8, Bob Stewart. The Leafs intercept the pass. Now it's Williams knocking it over the line. Carlisle trying to get it out, and they do. Back up for Pittsburgh. Over the line. Trying to cut in and being dumped. The Leafs just get the puck out and down the ice. Nice try for Rick Keogh, number 17. Now Carlisle is grabbed. Puck comes out to center ice. Picked off by Stewart. He shoots it right back in again. Leafs turn it along the board. Stevenson leaving it there for Laurie Boschman. Boschman up at center. Over the line. Boschman stops. Tried to set up Anderson. And here comes Lonsbury back for Pittsburgh. He's over the line, going in with Shepard. Lonsbury shoots. Harrison stopped that on the short side. Dribble. Mixing it up with Lonsbury as the puck is shot down the ice. That's going over the red line, and that'll be touched, and the fans are starting to come to life here in Pittsburgh.
Looking at the scoreboard once again, St. Louis and Minnesota. Minnesota leading 4-1 now late in the first period. But here in Pittsburgh, the Penguins are alive and kicking here against the Leafs. That goal by Faubert on the power play, and that's the 4th power play in the game, has really given them some life. Sittler has 3 power play goals for the Leafs.
10 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the game. The score is tied 4-4. Gribble along for Dan Maloney. They go to the boards where it's held there by Peter Lee.
Two plays that could have turned this whole thing around. The missed opportunity by Pema going in on the breakaway. Millen made a big save, and then the penalty, a costly penalty as it turned out to Boschman for holding.
Puck is shot down the ice. Going back for it is Ron Stackhouse. Stackhouse handed it to the Leaf player, Pat Hickey, who in turn was checked. Puck goes out to center ice. Here's Malone going down over the line. Malone dropped it back. The puck is still there by Rod Shutt. And the Leafs break that up. A long shot by McKechnie goes wide of the net. Dan Maloney touched it with a skate, so play will go right on. It came out in front. McKechnie took a shot. That bounces out to center ice. Going down is Ron Shutt. Over the line with Lee and Malone. Back to Lee, and he couldn't get a shot. And the Leafs turn around and come back. And Pat Hickey at center. Over the line to Dan Maloney. Dan Maloney couldn't get a shot on goal. And it's intercepted by Darryl Sittler. Sittler knocked into the net. He was very fortunate on that. The puck comes back up to the Leaf line. Turnbull just tipped it. Randy Carlyle follows. Dan Maloney after him. And that shot deflects into the corner. Going to the board. Sittler digs it out. Sittler coming to his own blue line. Up through center with Williams and Pemo. Back to Pemo. Pemo closes in with a shot. Millen stopped that, and Pittsburgh come back. Up at center ice for Peter Lee. And his pass with Randy Carlyle now going over the line. It comes out. Libbett's on the left wing now. That's George Ferguson, number 11, cruising. That goes over the line. Ferguson went after it. It was touched by the Leafs, and that's dicey. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The everything place for everyone's taste. The beautiful Devonshire Mall.
Hi, I'm Joel Quenville. And I'm Pat Patet. Devonshire Mall, a great place to shop. Right, Joel? Oh, yeah.
The beautiful Devonshire Mall. Convenient Devonshire Mall.
The lone goal in this period scored by Pittsburgh. We've got what promises to be a lively 8 minutes, 26 seconds left to play.
Sittler, Pemo, and Williams. As Pittsburgh get the draw, and was Anderson getting it out to center ice. The race for it. That's Tim Davis. And he tried a pass that was broken up. But Anderson kept it in. Now the Leafs get it again and just shoot it out and down the ice. Going back is Ron Stackhouse. Gets it over on the right wing to Libbett. Libbett just shot it to center ice. Back to Salming. Salming taking his time. Goes over to the board. And it's Sittler. In for Pemo. Pemo into the corner. They jam against the boards and play is called.
Both clubs getting a little more aggressive here. We saw a duel a moment ago between Sittler and Carlyle, two former teammates. Wolf Pema has had some good scoring chances in this period, and Pat Ribble has given that Leaf blue line a little toughness here tonight. They keep their heads up when he's around.
On the face-off, a shot by Jerry Butler on his backhand. Carlyle getting it into Stewart. Stewart up on the left wing. Lonsbury just shot it to center ice. Cleared right back in again. Goes in back of the net. That was Burrows mixing it up with Lonsbury. Turnbull took a shot to Carlyle and knocked down. Carlyle comes back with a pass over on the right side. Over the line for Shepherd. Shepherd was checked. The puck driven, though, by Stewart. Turnbull gets it to the blue line and out. Carlyle trying to pick up a stick. A long shot, and that was stopped. That's Boschman and Lonsbury.
Randy Carlyle, subject of an interesting intermission piece. Next to Pierre LaRouche in popularity, they say.
7 minutes and 8 seconds remaining to play in the game. A 4-4 tie. McKechnie out there with Dan Maloney and Pat Hickey. Malone out at center for Pittsburgh as the puck is shot down into Pittsburgh territory. Anderson takes the Leaf player Hickey into the boards. Play is stopped.
There's lots of give to the boards here in Pittsburgh. If there'd been much more, Hickey would have been out into the corridor. Russ Anderson, former linebacker in the Big Ten.
Anderson with the puck to Stackhouse in the corner. Stackhouse is covered by Dan Maloney. McKechnie's there as well, and we'll have another face-off. Salming and Ribble on the fence for the Maple Leafs as they prepare for this face-off in Pittsburgh territory. 6:49 remaining in the game. Walt McKechnie against Malone. He wins the draw. Salming a shot, and it was just wide. The rebound over on the board. He went down. The puck comes loose. Malone can't get it out. And it's a shot by the Leafs. It's wide of the net. The puck goes loose. It's finally out. Ribble shoots it back in again. At the Leafs had men trapped inside the blue line. With the score, Toronto 4 and Pittsburgh 4. Our telecast returns in a moment.
Here they come, the exciting harness racing for the 80s at Windsor Raceway. Looking for action? Looking for entertainment with a difference? Look out for harness racing action that's Windsor Raceway. Just minutes from downtown Detroit and Windsor. Racing takes place nightly, Tuesday through Sunday. Get involved with the fast-track action in the comfort of our climate-controlled grandstand and clubhouse. Enjoy a great dinner with a friend in the famous Canadian Club. At Windsor Raceway, it's action entertainment for all you can handle. It's the harness racing of the 80s.
We're back live here at Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. 6:28 remaining. 4-4 tie. And Pittsburgh has possession of the puck. Cleared by Anderson, then Malone tried to get it over to Lee. Brought up by Rod Shutt. He's checked. Now the Leafs with McKechnie. Over the line to Pat Hickey. Hickey goes to the boards with Anderson. McKechnie's trying to dig it out as well. They do. The puck comes loose. Shutt didn't expect that. Dan Maloney still shoving it along the board. Finally, Shutt gets it around on the right side. And Pittsburgh come back to center ice. And Peter Lee over the line, trying to go around Salming. Gets it right through. Oh, and he bounced one off the goalpost. Beautiful play of Peter Lee. There's a shot. And Ribble deflected that with a skate. Now then, Salming again has his skates on it. And the referee, Ron Harris, calls the play.
Pens have a lot of pesky forwards there in that lineup. 5:33 to play on the scoreboard. Rangers leading Winnipeg 3-1 late in the third. Edmonton leading Washington 4-1 midway through the third. Detroit, pair of goals by Peter Mahovlich, leading Colorado 4-1 there midway through the third period. The Penguins, tough at home on Wednesday night. They're unbeaten in their last 9 Wednesday night home games.
That's George Ferguson taking the face-off, losing to Darryl Sittler. Sittler goes after the puck. Along the boards, Ferguson out bottom for it, gets it back, a shot, and that one just deflected and was wide of the net. Here's a break for Paymal again, up at center, over the line, cutting in with a shot. Another try, right in front, and Carlisle knocked it off to the wing. Burrows tries to keep it in. They go to the board. Libet is there. It comes loose. Sittler over to Williams. He drove it high. Sittler again with it. Drove it across to the other side. And Pat Hughes gets it up to Libet. Libet comes over the blue line. Libet trying to get it in front. Harrison shot it over to Williams. Williams can't get it out. Here's Randy Carlisle with a screen shot. Harrison doesn't know where it is. It's underneath him. Underneath his right pad. 4:42.
Oh, he looked back to see if it got in behind him, but no, it was right alongside the right pad. and he quickly covered up. Here's the shot again, on its way by Carlisle. Harrison, you see him turn his head? No, it's not there. It's under the pad. Now he's spotted it before anybody can move in on it. 4:42 on the clock.
Facing off in Leaf territory, there's a drive by Rick Keogh, and it was just wide. Another shot. Harrison stopped that. Keogh goes after it. The Leafs bring it out. Salming, a long pass up at center. And it's cleared over the line by John Anderson. He just couldn't get a good hold of the puck. Comes out and slides down to Salming again. Salming watched by Lonsbury. Goes to Pat Ribble. Ribble's pass. Stackhouse stops. Stackhouse to Lonsbury. Lonsbury over the blue line with Keogh. Here's the shot, and that's high. Off the board. Butler knocks it out. Boschman goes after it. Butler shoots it in again, but it's offside. Boschman.
And even 4 minutes left to play.
With 4 minutes exactly left in the game, the score is Toronto 4 and Pittsburgh 4.
Put BA and Suzuki on your winning team. BA for bikes, parts, and accessories, and super service.
Well, I came to BA because I wanted a high-performance bike with good power and great handling, and Suzuki's a hot one.
I bought a Suzuki because I think it's the fastest, most dependable dirt bike going.
I have friends that come to BA to buy Suzukis, like Eric.
I could have went anywhere in the city to buy a bike, but the Arm is a good machine, and I came here. They have a good selection, and they're pleasant people to deal with.
When you put it all together, it's easy to see why we at BA say,
why go anywhere else?
The crowd here really getting behind the Penguins now with 4 minutes left on the clock.
All set to go. Greg Malone out there at center for Pittsburgh as Dave Burrows goes to Ian Turnbull. Gets the puck into Pittsburgh territory. Shot back out again. Stop there by Burrows going to Turnbull. Ian Turnbull with a long shot. Millen had no trouble with that one, and Pittsburgh would try to come out again. Malone. A long pass over here on the right side of the shot. That goes back to the net. Center to right front. The score!
The Penguins move in front.
Makes it 5-4.
5-4 Penguins on the long pass. The crowd up applauding now. Let's watch the replay. There's the long pass over. Racing in is Rod Schutt. Behind the net, out in front. And Peter Lee was right there, number 10, to put it in. Peter Lee coming through with a big, big goal here late in the hockey game. Just 3:29 to play. But it's not over yet, so don't go away. Penguins lead it 5-4, and the trend of high-scoring games between these two clubs continues here in Pittsburgh.
Lee from Schutt with 3:29 left. And Pittsburgh leads by a score of 5-4. George Ferguson of Pittsburgh. Here's a backhand. Goes back to Ribble. Ribble knocked it right past Libet, but then it was knocked back into the Leaf zone. Salming goes over to Ribble. Ribble takes a long shot into the corner. The rebound off the board, but not out. Pamo trying to hit it to Sittler. Puck goes around behind the net into the corner to Ron Stackhouse. Stackhouse shoots it out to center right. It's stolen by Ferguson. Ferguson takes the shot. Harrison stopped that, and Libet missed the rebound. Pamo back for Sittler. Sittler left it there, and it's Libet as Harrison gets his stick back. Stackhouse over the line, and they call it offside to George Ferguson, who was really flying down the left wing.
Millen moving around that goal area for Pittsburgh. 2:40 to play. That shot knocked the stick right out of the hands of Paul Harrison. Oh, they're just warming up for Super Bowl the way they're cheering here now.
We have 2:36 remaining in the game. Pittsburgh ahead 5-4. There's a chance for Keogh. Keogh centered it. Shepard was nowhere near the puck, and the Leafs will bring it out. There's 4 of them coming. A pass over onto the left side. That's John Anderson getting it through for Turnbull. Over to Jerry Butler. Butler is given a bump. The puck goes to the blue line. Haslam just shot it wide. Now then Turnbull lets one fly, and that's way wide of the net. The rebound off the board. Cleared but not out. Haslam takes another shot. That goes to the other side. Boschman tried to get to it. Comes back to the blue line again to Haslam. Haslam takes his shot. Millen stopped that. Keogh just drives the puck down the ice. And we have 1:47. 1:45 now as they get an icing call.
Takes the pressure off as the Leafs are pressing. On the scoreboard quickly, Boston leading Quebec 1-0. They're early in the second. O'Reilly scored. Montreal leading Chicago 2-0 now. Goals by LaRouche, the former Penguin, and Bob Gainey, middle of the second period. St. Louis and Minnesota. The North Stars leading 5-2 now, midway through the second. Sharpley, Youngins, McAdam with a pair, and Hartsburg. Fedorko and Cromdean for the Blues.
There's Millen. Harrison is still in the net at the other end of the rink with 1:45 remaining in the game. 5-4, Pittsburgh leading. McKechnie, Maloney, and Hickey. On the faceoff, the puck comes back. Selming took a shot and he fired it wide. The rebound over here on the left wing. Taken and cleared by Libet out over the line. Also picking up the puck was Anderson, who shot into Leaf territory, and the Leaf regroup. Dan Maloney's pass right onto Libet's stick. Libet with 1:27 gets it back. Now over here to Anderson. Anderson shoots it right back in again. And the Penguins are checking fiercely to keep the Leafs down their own end. But here's Borja Selming coming to center ice. The long shot. That's off the board. The rebound taken by Ferguson. McKechnie tried to steal it. And Ferguson gets out on the wrong wing, but comes down the ice. Was hit by Selming and went down. And we have less than a minute to go in the game. And Harrison is racing to the bench. The puck is shot in. The Leafs have 6 attackers. Puck goes to Ferguson. Ferguson can't get it out. The net is empty. Leafs with 6 attackers. The puck is intercepted. Shot down to center ice. Picked up by Greg Malone. Malone gets it over to Lonsbury. Lonsbury takes the shot. He scores!
So the move by the Leafs backfires, and the Penguins are going to win this hockey game. They lead by 2 now with 32 seconds to play. The Leaf net was empty. Turnbull was trying to outmaneuver Lonsbury, but Lonsbury, the veteran, is very clever in there. Watch the play develop now as Greg Malone passes it over to 18 Lonsbury. Instead of shooting, he realizes he has a chance to move right in, not only kill some time, but deke Turnbull down, put it in behind them, and it's 6-4 Penguins. And their streak, their unbeaten streak on Wednesday nights, is going to continue. It'll go to 10 games that they've gone unbeaten on Wednesdays.
1928, Lonsbury from Malone. And Pittsburgh now leads 6-4. .24 seconds left in the game. Sittler with Williams and Thamo. Puck goes over onto the wing to Dave Burrows. Burrows shoots it in. Stopped there by Bob Stewart. Stewart just shoots it down the ice. 14 seconds left. It's picked off by Keogh. Got it out front. The Leafs now then return. And it's Williams tipping it back. Cleared by Haslam down the ice. Just 1 second. There goes the horn. The game is over. And the Pittsburgh Penguins came from behind twice and finally scored 3 unanswered goals in the final period to defeat the Leafs by a score of 6-4. And so the final score, Pittsburgh 6, Toronto 4. In a moment, the Molson Cup 3-star selections.
Windsor Indoor Tennis, Racquetball, and Fitness Club. Windsor Indoor is tennis with 4 professional tennis courts. Court time available 7 days a week. Windsor Indoor is racquetball with 4 professional racquetball courts. Racquetball is waiting for you at Windsor Indoor. Windsor Indoor is fitness. At Windsor Indoor, there's a complete fitness area with a universal weight system and badminton court. Under complete supervision, this fitness center offers fitness testing for individuals or groups. Windsor Indoor is a complete activity club offering whirlpool bath, sauna, showers, towels, and hair dryers. Also a pro shop, lounge area, and child care facility. With tennis and racquetball, complete instruction and clinics. Leagues and tournaments are also available to suit all levels. Windsor Indoor is a club. The membership allows you access to tennis, racquetball, and fitness at reasonable rates. Windsor Indoor is ideally located on McDougal, south of Jackson Park, with ample parking. Now's the time, and Windsor Indoor is the place. Call Windsor Indoor now at 966-2141.
So the Pittsburgh Penguins come back with 3 goals in the final period, including one by Ross Lonsberry into an empty net, and beat the Leafs by a score of 6-4. The 3 stars one must not overlook despite the Leafs' loss. The 3-goal performance by Darryl Sittler, who earns first-star selection. Peter Lee with a winning goal and 2 assists, his star number 2. And George Ferguson had a goal and an assist for the Penguins. He is the 3rd star of the game. The Penguins, despite being outshot most of the way, wound up with 33-29 for the Leafs, and most importantly wound up with the 2 points in the standings, the result, a 6-4 victory. We'll continue with our hockey coverage in just a moment.
This is Update. I'm Irv Morrison. The Iranian oil minister is reportedly planning to cut oil supplies to any nation that joins the United States in an economic boycott launched because of the hostage crisis. And the details were unveiled today of plans to extend the current Essex bypass to a new Highway 3. The move will cut driving time between Windsor and Leamington by about a third. Details on the National at 11 and Night Beat 11:25.
Getting up and out into the clean crisp winter air, joining in the active life that we all love to share. That's why now the age of sparkling 7-Up is here, because we love that clean, refreshing taste, so light and crystal clear. Moving up, way up, reaching up, being up. Canada is turning 7-Up, looking up, getting up, feeling up, being up. Canada is turning 7-Up.
What made Sears Canada's largest floor covering retailer? Selection. That includes over 500 carpet styles and colors, plus an extensive choice of decorator rugs and cushioned vinyls. This great selection is backed by thousands of rolls to ensure fast installation. Sears customer satisfaction starts right from this cutting room. It includes very competitive pricing and full after-sale guarantees. See this great selection yourself at Sears, Canada's largest floor covering retailer.
If you think good value is missing from today's new car market, you're looking at the wrong cars. Gas-efficient Plymouth Volare and Dodge Aspen come equipped with all these features and then some for under $6,000. It's a fact. Under $6,000 for a 6-passenger car. Comparably equipped 5-passenger Fairmont and Citation are priced a whole lot higher. If it's value you're after, you just can't do better than 1980 Plymouth Volare and Dodge Aspen.
The goal that did it for the Penguins with less than 4 minutes to play was by Peter Lee, who earlier had 2 assists, and Peter is with me now to talk about a goal that required some pretty accurate timing. Malone made a great play from behind the net, but you had to be where you were at the right time with your stick on the ice. From your vantage point, how did it work?
Well, we were coming in, I think it was Greg that threw the puck over to Rod, and Rod was going down the wing, and it just went off the tip of his stick, and he kept chasing after the puck, and I was just going for the net. And luckily for me, he saw me just at the last second, and he slipped it in. I just tried to put it on net.
Seemed that the power play goal, which you also had a hand in by Faubert, seemed to turn the game around. Of course, it tied the game, but it got the fans back on your side a little bit. And after all those other missed power play opportunities, you had to feel good about that one going in.
Oh, definitely. We've been working hard on our power play. Hasn't been one of our biggest plus this year. Some of us have had a little trouble on the power play, but we've been working hard on it, and all the guys in the team have been working on it. And thank God Muriel made a good play on it, and it was an excellent shot up high, and I don't think Harrison had a chance to see it.
I don't know if we can give any credit to Terrible Towels for this win, but I did see 2 way up in the end, and they seem to get the crowd going, and I wonder if that affected you.
Oh, definitely. They're a great bunch here. We've had a little trouble, like I say, on our power play, and sometimes they get down on us, but once we're going, they love to get behind you.
This wiped that 9-5 game out of your mind in Toronto?
Oh, definitely. That was a tough game to lose, and we did it in bad fashion, too.
And this was a good one to win. And Peter Lee, we congratulate you on your winning goal. And
thank you.
The 3-point total will continue with overtime in just a moment.
See the new 9 now. It's TV9, your sports connection. TV9, it's where the action is. From the local scene to the Olympic Games, from wrestling to the NHL, we've got a world of sports on TV9. And Saturdays, it's a sports bonanza with the knockout action of Racquetball Classic, followed by the Road to Moscow with Steve Garvey, hosting a super hour of super athletes vying for the gold. Then, Ernie Afaganis brings the world of sports into your living room with coverage from across the nation and around the globe. Saturdays are Sports Weekend on TV9. Then, the very best of the newly expanded NHL. The major teams, the major games, all on Hockey Night in Canada, combined with the no-holds-barred excitement of superstars of wrestling. TV9's your sports connection. This Thursday night at 8 p.m., Warner Troyer's On the Record guest will be well-known newspaper columnist Charles Lynch. A limited number of tickets are available to hear journalist Charles Lynch speak on the record. If you'd like to be part of this audience, call 254-2831 now. That's newspaper columnist Charles Lynch on the record, Thursday at 8 p.m. For free tickets, call 254-2831.
As if the handicapped people didn't have enough problems, society doesn't make things any easier for them. Jack Longman knows because he is a physically handicapped person, but he doesn't want or need sympathy. He wants to have things changed. He's a Thursday guest on Insight.
And Roger Barron plays the detective in Agatha Christie's murder mystery, The Mousetrap, which is currently playing at the Birmingham Theater. He pays us a visit on Thursday's Insight and talks about the play and his career.
And now overtime, taking you behind the hockey headlines. On overtime tonight, let's meet Dick Meadows of CHCH-TV and the Toronto Globe and Mail. And our guest tonight, Baz Bastine, General Manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, here's Dave.
Thank you, Brian. I think it might be accurate to describe Baz as a pacer. You do these hauls in good fashion during games, and during games such as this, I don't know how many pairs of shoes you're going to go through, but hair-raising to say the least, wasn't it?
It certainly was, especially that last period. I mean, it looked as if whoever had the control of the puck the last was going to win this hockey game.
The only defense in Pittsburgh is the Steelers. You don't have the defense. Right.
They sure got it.
You put together a club. We were talking about this before you came on. With respect to a lot of trades, we hear hockey people say you should never trade away draft choices, but you have done that fundamentally to put this club together.
Well, you know, I know there was a lot of talk in regards to me trading draft choice, but let me say this, that when we traded our draft choice, we went over the book very carefully. And the draft choice that we traded away, we got first-round draft choice, like fellows like Peter Lee, who was a first-round, 13 overall. Schutt was a first-round draft choice. If you recall, Fergie was a first-round draft choice. Carlisle was a first-round draft choice. And all these kids have proven that they could play in pro hockey.
Rely. How do you do, sir? May I have a moment of your time? No.
Watch All in the Family tomorrow at 5:30, followed by News 4 Detroit at 6. News 4 Detroit with Mort Krim, Kai Maxwell, Don Shane Sports, and Sonny Elliott Weather.
Good evening. State and federal officials tonight have ordered a study of a dump site at Breckenridge, Michigan, near Saginaw. They want to find out if radioactive waste is responsible for Breckenridge having a higher rate of some cancers than other towns. They also want to find out why Velsicol Chemical Company can't find 300,000 pounds of such waste. News 4's Robert Vito reports.
It began when the number of cases of Hodgkin's disease, a form of cancer affecting the lymph nodes, began to rise sharply. So quickly, and so many cases, in fact, that the instances of the disease are now 12 to 20 times higher than the national average. There had been no clues to the mystery, that is, until a few days ago. Just a mile outside of town, this dump site was discovered. radiation waste is buried here.
Sure, we're concerned. We're very concerned of the impact that this may have on the people's health in the area.
Health officials believe this site may hold some answers to the mystery because radiation exposure is known to cause Hodgkin's disease. One state health official has said they're very concerned about radiation leakage from the dump into the water supply used by the citizens of Breckenridge. The radioactive waste was disposed of at this site from approximately 1968 to 1972 by the Velsicol Chemical Corporation located in nearby St. Louis, Michigan. Velsicol, which says only low-level radiation was dumped, is the parent company of Michigan Chemical, the firm which manufactured PBB and accidentally mixed it with cattle feed. Velsicol says the dumping was done with federal approval. However, Gratiot County health officials, where the dump is located, say they can find no official record of the site and were just recently informed of its existence.